you guys talking about just words, you know? Well, about the like, you know, knowing the Earth is round with proof. So
I mean, you got any proof of that, my friend? Bitco?
me personally,
Bitto? Yeah.
I never been trying to specifically, you know, get my own proof, but it's pretty obvious from what we study and by understanding science and
Oh, sorry, I didn't. I'm talking to my dog.
understanding science, you know, it's pretty obvious. Like you learned that in elementary school, bro. That the Earth is round
science
with scientific proof as well from the past.
You got one for us?
From the past, me personally,
From the past? What are you talking about?
You know, like even the ancient Greeks knew that the Earth was round. You know that.
Oh,
right?
really?
Tell us. Don't know, but
tell us more. I didn't know that.
I mean, you believe the Earth is flat, bro? Like
me?
the one acting smart over in this call should be me, not you, bro.
I'm asking you if you have a belief. So tell us more. How did I know?
Belief is not a belief. Earth being round
is not a belief. Right. All right. That's a good start.
Yeah, you did not hear what I said. The Earth being round is not a belief. It's a proof.
I'm asking you to see if you have a belief or not.
A belief? What a belief? Why you talk about belief? We're talking about science here, not belief. Why are you bringing belief?
I didn't hear one. You didn't substantiate it with anything. You just said science.
I told you everything you need to know.
You said the word science.
You know, it's learned in elementary school and pretty.
Yeah, but you're saying words. Provide something.
No, you're all saying words. You know what these people said? These people said there's a wall.
How about you provide something?
Hey, I told you about you provide something that is an ice wall. Like, why don't you go there right now?
You said
me proof.
You said it has been proven with science. So show us how. How? Tell us. I mean, show us, not tell us. Show us.
How do you want me to show you right now in this call?
Evidence.
Evidence. This plain. Just open a book, bro. Read.
Where's the evidence for that?
Yeah. Open a book and read about science. That's it. That's my evidence.
I feel enlightened, man. I feel like I'm going back to the globe. Oh, tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe.
Well, what's wrong about it? Well, like, you ever read a book? You know how to read? Is that the problem?
Oh man, I don't know. I haven't touched a book in years. I don't know.
Like,
all we asking, bro, do you have any direct evidence for your claim? That's all we asking, right? Yeah, don't tell us to go read a book. I think anybody can read a book. You can read a book too. I'm not saying you can't, but what is the direct evidence for the Earth being a globe, right? And if you're talking about science, what is the scientific evidence for the globe? That's all we're asking, my friend.
Like, if you don't know,
if you don't know, just say, "Hey, I don't know. I believe it to be true." But you think this is like a concrete of facts that the Earth is a globe?
Because if I search it up on Google right now, I can tell you.
So you don't know. You have a belief. There you go.
I don't have a belief. What are you talking about? Why are you calling it a belief? If it's proven, why you think it's a belief?
Okay. Let me ask you something.
I'm gonna
Is it proven to you that?
Okay.
For example, the engine of the car is gonna start.
My friend, let's start.
It's gonna work.
Let's start slow. Let's start slow real quick. Okay. What I'm trying to say is this, right? So, what do you experience every day when you go outside, right? Do you experience the globe? Okay. Do you experience the globe? Do you feel like we're spinning 1,000 miles around the equator and then chasing the sun at 66,000 miles per hour? Do you feel any of that? Do you experience or observe any of that?
I drive. What do you mean experience the globe? I just drive. What are you saying?
So, I'm asking you a question. Do you experience any of that? That's what I'm asking you.
If I experience the globe, I leave. Yes, I leave.
Tilting.
I'm alive, so I guess yes.
Look at him. I'm alive.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, dude? I'm asking you.
You're asking me if I experience the globe. What does it mean?
I'm alive.
What
Well,
is-
I don't think, well, dude, I don't think you even qualify to talk about this topic. Yeah, maybe you
Yeah.
could believe in the globe. Yeah.
Bro, what?
You're not
What are you
qualified.
talking about?
You're not qualified, man. You're not even listening. Fucking hell.
You make no sense.
He's
You're asking me.
Okay, let me try to rephrase it. Maybe some.
All right, thank
He's
you.
asking about your first-hand experience. Now, remove the whole idea about the globe. You never seen it. You haven't seen it on the TV. Nothing. You go outside. Where do you experience the globe? How do you know it's a globe? Your first-hand experience. Your first-hand experience.
My
Your own
first-hand
observation.
experience.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, actually, I have one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I live in a city that is near the sea. And
Oh.
basically, like if I look at the horizon, is that how you say in English? Because it's not my first language. But like if when you look like far away, horizon, yeah, you can see a curve. You can see a curve clearly.
You see the horizon curving? Where? Can you show us?
Right?
Do you have a picture? A video?
Nah, I don't have a picture actually.
Photograph?
No, that's my personal experience over there. Why you don't trust me? You think I'm with the government? You think
I mean,
I'm like
I haven't seen the horizon curve, so I don't know.
I think
Not
I'm
with
like a
my own
spy
eyes.
of the government. Is that what you think? If you don't believe me, it's fine, bro. Like,
No, it's not about that. My experience doesn't tell me what you're saying, so that's
Have
it.
you ever read? Okay, so you're going off the fact that this is not a belief. This is something that's proven, right? And remember, I'm not a flat earther.
yeah, it is proven.
Simply thinking with logical. Right. Now that is proven. Who told you that? That's the U.S. government and the school
not in the
system
US.
telling you, and the scientists. Now,
I'm not in the
in
US.
same sense, you're not in the U.S. Okay, perfect.
No.
Well, let's go.
So you
off
think
the
it's a
fact
word? What? Okay,
No,
let's keep going.
simply saying every single government has, and it's
Oh, yeah?
also been proven that they lie, that they steal, and they're not always correct, right? So, you cannot say it is a belief, or if it's not a belief, because it's been proven by the government. Simply, like they simply stated, if you put that aside and you go out there with your observations, simply with just your observations, what are some of the evidence that you have that prove that Earth is a globe? Because you cannot rely 100% on the government and your school system. That's simply what they're saying.
All right. I mean, by that point, then you cannot believe anything, honestly.
Not necessarily, but you'd have to be open.
You cannot believe anything. At that point, anything that is taught at school then is to be like thrown into a garbage can, and like.
What?
But that's why you have free will.
What do you mean? What? What? Because you just said the government is telling us that the Earth is a globe, but no, you guys have like the ultimate answer by saying that the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
So why? So
First-hand experience.
so by that point, why would you believe anything that is taught at school?
No, we question the things that are being taught from school, that's being shown on the media.
So
and
only about
being
the
told
globe.
by the governments. Yes, you scrutinize
So
that
only about a
information.
topic that
Don't
is
just
taught in elementary
believe
school.
like you do, man.
So only about a topic that is taught in elementary school.
We don't just purely
And-
believe. It's not a blind belief here. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh, so you got a proof.
Yeah, but I'm asking about your proof first. How do you know it's a globe?
Okay, I showed you my proof.
No,
Right,
you
now-
didn't.
now what's
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I told you like I live near the sea, and my proof, my personal experience.
Either you're lying or you got issues with the eyes, man. You need a.
I'm lying because I'm the government.
You cannot
No.
see the curvature of Earth.
I
They
did.
even tell you that. Mainstream tells you even that you can't see the curvature
Also,
on the
like
surface of
imagine
the
it
Earth
because
by
of the
standing.
government.
Yeah, even your own.
Oh yeah.
Your own people say that. You going against them? Who are you?
Oh, dude, you know who Aristotle is even?
No.
Aristotle.
Nice. There you go. There you go.
Okay, tell me. You brought him up. Tell me.
Aristotle is like. Okay, it's hard for me to explain in English, but I will try. Because basically Aristotle, it comes back to the ancient age, not the ancient, but like classical age in Greece.
Okay.
And even then, he himself proved that the Earth was round, with calculations, with
Calculations. What's the measurements of the Earth being round?
hold up, because I don't know, like, but I can search it up for you. I mean,
Yeah,
you can search it
I
up
will do.
yourself, like was Aristotle. Since like this is your topic, like you're supposed to like know everything about anything about this topic, not me.
What do you mean? You're saying
you're the one claiming that the government is lying. You're supposed to like.
I never said I am an expert. I never said that. I never claimed that.
Okay, but you should be like if you're defending this topic so much. Yes,
okay.
you should be an expert. Okay. Otherwise, why would you say that someone is lying without proof? No, because you're saying someone is lying without a proof.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So like what? I can say you're lying. I can say anyone is lying.
So
like,
people with
does it make me smart?
Look, if you're gonna be intellectually honest with yourself, you need to actually look into the stuff you're being told. If you're gonna believe it, not just straight up believe it because someone told you.
That's what I'm saying to you, but you don't even know what Aristotle is.
I want you to do that the same way. I want you to learn how to think for yourself, how to look and scrutinize information, look into the evidence, what was provided, what was done, and so forth. Yeah.
What's the evidence you're talking about? That is so fake.
But how about this? How about we show him a black swan or something, right? Cute. How about we show him a black swan? Let me find. Let me post.
What?
Black swan. Yeah.
Black swan. What is that? What does it mean? What the fuck are you guys talking about?
you will see in a moment.
A black swan. All right. It's like a thing, an American thing, I guess.
I'm trying to find you.
Like,
anybody got it?
Yeah. Like.
Do you have the? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it, bro.
Yeah, we can show you one example, I guess, so you get the idea where we come from.
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah. And I'm also gonna post the math from university too, so he can't say that we just make up the math and stuff.
Yeah. Which university?
Which university?
Washington University, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show it to you, bro. But listen, dude, I know
ones.
you.
Yeah.
I know you think you know about
like
the
San
globe.
Luis?
You defend it with your life, but look, all I'm asking for you to do is, can you please be cordial and respectful for a little bit, so we can go through the information.
I am respectful.
Right?
I just hear a guy laughing on the background, like it makes no sense.
And after we show you, right, and if you have, if you say, hey, I don't want to take this information, whatever, right? Then you can say it. But for now, let us show you the information real quick. Can we do that?
Yeah, sure.
Because if you hear me laughing, bro, it's because I have my dog next to me and he keeps like.
No, not you, bro. Not you.
No, it was me. It was me. Sorry. He's funny, man. He's laughing himself. He's like, which university? What the fuck?
Yeah, you need to.
You need to be a specific one for you in this case. What? No
like,
university is good for you.
If you want to assume information, you need to clarify what is it from, who wrote the information,
right?
Anything else? A background. You do a background, but like I guess you don't know, but it's fine. Like I believe the Earth is flat, so I believe.
Look, relax.
I believe that you don't know on the.
I didn't say that. I didn't.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Background check, I get it. Yeah, I get it. We got plenty of citations to back it up with prominent, sources. Okay. Whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, do you see the side chat?
Oh yeah, hold up. Open chat.
We have a observation that we can provide the video as well. Now, this is measurements with observation, fixed position of the oil rigs. Oil rigs are only distance markations. We're not actually using those, whatever they look like. This just some effect from the weather effect conditions. Well, what the argument is about is the horizon, which you spoke about earlier as well. So if you can read the top part, the white part, to understand the argument. What's in contention?
Wait, can you ping the the one you're sending right now?
Yeah, the Kimbo post. Wait.
Oh,
Kimbo post citation for the distance to the geometric horizon on your ball, your model.
For all practical purposes, we can estimate the distance to the horizon using 1.22459, or perhaps even more simply as just 1.2, which gives the distance in miles. When H is in feet. Okay, feet. Hold up. Feet. You guys use feet.
H is height.
You guys use feet. Okay.
Yeah, it's feet.
Washington environment
yeah.
of mathematics. Miles. Okay, so hold up. 3.4. So almost 6 kilometers. No.
You can convert the numbers in the calculator. I think it has both units.
Okay, so
yeah. So I posted. So if you go up a little bit, he posted an image.
Oh, there you go.
An image of the observation. The two other rigs. If you read the top parts, you understand the argument of the whole thing. What's in contention here?
Well, you want us to read it for you?
No, he's reading. I think,
Yeah, read it for me as well. Read it for me. Like, try to explain, because
just read it. Just read. It's
reading
very
this
simple.
is just hard, you know.
It's very simple. No, it's not hard. Just read. Open up the image. Zoom in.
Like here for Nappy. If the Earth is a sphere with a radius, then every horizon distance measurement must be more than 1.2
No more than 1.2
per square root. Calculation. No, you gotta explain. Honestly.
Okay. So on your ball, your sphere, the geometric horizon at 1 foot height should be at 1.22 if you want to make it short.
Okay.
Round it up a bit. 1.22. Though the problem here is we have those two rigs, which I mentioned are distance marcations, just to know. Because Platform Hill House, you can look it up. You can cross-check that. It's there. 6.2, 9.4. There's a video with more information, of course, where he was standing and all that with the camera at the beach, zooming in. But what's in contention is the horizon. If you see the horizon, is it behind those two oil rigs, or where do you see it?
Yeah, it's behind. I can see it.
It's behind. So we have the furthest on the left side oil rig at 9.41 miles, and the horizon, we could run it up safely, say 10 miles. So we have 10 miles. Now, the issue here is the observation does not match what's in the...
So you're saying because the horizon is above?
Mathematically. So the model doesn't match with reality. It should be at 1.2, the horizon. Yet the horizon has 10. You see it safely.
So you're
10.
saying because the horizon is above and not like below the
No, it's too far. We see too far. It's not being obstructed by the curvature, according to the math of the globe. So if you do the math, 10 miles from 1 foot should be about, I don't know if it was 66 feet. You can convert that. I posted a link down below the image. Do you see that this GitHub link right below the image? That's a calculator.
Oh yeah,
calculator. Yeah, you can punch in those numbers. You can use metric or imperial, whatever. You can switch between units. Put the eye height, how high is 1 foot, 1 feet. And distance to the horizon is the 10 miles target distance. And then it gives
distance.
you... Yeah. So we are expecting a curvature drop, basically a vertical drop according to your math of a globe. But we're not seeing it in reality in this observation, for example. We are seeing way too far. The horizon is way too far out there. From 1.2 to 10 miles, that's huge. From that observer height.
And, this is just one of the many long-distance observation. Right? There's many more out there, even with laser tests and stuff too. Would debunk the globe radius.
I know I'm not the best of debating this because,
No, it's not a debate. We're not debating.
I'm not even like
we
done
have a
with high
conversation.
school.
We're not
but-
debating. No, I
Done
know
with
we're
high
not
school,
debating
but,
because you don't have a point. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I
so
know
like,
that. So we're having conversation. I'm sharing some
Exactly.
information with ups. Yeah, that's all. Information.
But-
That's all. Yeah. And you can look into it yourself. I'm not saying believe me because I show you something that contradicts your globe model. I'm showing you there is some issues with your globe model. Maybe you want to look into it. I don't know. That's up to you.
Yeah, and hey, if you're interested, bro, I got some information. I can DM to you, so you can check it out later if you want to. Just say yes, but if not, it's okay. I'm cool with that.
I think this proves enough, but
And this is not just a one-off. There's plenty. You can repeat this type of observations yourself. Others have done that. You can go through their data, videos, whatever. We have those materials provided. We can provide those. So it happens every day, every time. And not one single glober has provided one single evidence of showing us exactly where that geometric horizon should be according to the globe model. It has never been presented or demonstrated in such manner. Not once. It's been years.
wait, so the curvature at 1.22 miles,
That's the distance
Should
to the
be-
geometric horizon.
yeah, should be
According to the globe.
0.00031 kilometers, so 0.31 meters.
1 foot. Yeah.
So let me see your picture. What does it say there?
For examples like this, right? So let's say, well, in this observation, like the observer height, which is the camera that the guy set on the beach, is 1 foot above water, right?
Okay.
And when he zoom in, yeah, he like according to the globe, you can only see about 1.225, right? But then you also said earlier that the horizon, it's way beyond the two orbits, you know, and let's just say 10 miles, right? And that's showing that it's falsified the globe radius, which is the 3,959 miles, right?
Yeah.
And for example, a 6 foot observer height, you can see about maybe 3 miles. Anything beyond there would start to obstruct or obscure behind this physical curve, right? But that's
Yeah.
not what we're seeing in our reality, right? Yeah. Anytime anybody go out there and do long distance observation or laser test, basically, yeah, it's falsified the globe radius, not by 100%, 500. We're talking about 1,000 and 1,000% over and over again, right? And the reason why it's so important because they need the radius, which is 3,959, to put this so-called satellite or rockets or in outer space or do orbital mechanics and stuff like that, right? So that's why the globe radius is so important. And this is something we can test it.
You guys ever see or like watched video on YouTube that explains this in particular about the horizon, or no?
What do you mean?
Just sort of like, yeah. Do you guys ever watch or like taken information from the internet from like people that actually like, you know, do this and studies every day and explains you this horizon thingy?
What is it to explain? What are you trying to say? What's the point you're trying to make?
My point is like, did you ever try to see what the other side is saying about this? That's
the other side. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, they say refraction.
Magic word, refraction. Yeah, it's called. Yeah. Even if you
came to the
use
conclusion with
their model of refraction doesn't cover that distance in difference. It is way beyond. There's nothing. They just chant the word refraction, but they back up with no citation, that nothing, no data, nothing that covers the whole thing with that distance of huge leap of difference. It's impossible.
Yeah, it's even. Basically. Yeah, homie, it's even weirder than that.
Even extreme refraction, it wouldn't cover that.
Yeah, they invented a new type of refraction called super lumine, and they said with enough super lumen, you could see the back of your head with enough super lumen and a powerful enough telescope. So yeah, we've listened to what they've said, and it's utter garbage.
No, like accurate information for like from people that like
Yeah, we
are
listen to
known
people. Yeah.
and
Do you think it's
not from
possible?
randoms. Like
Yeah, do you think it's possible that you could see the back of your head?
me see my back of my head with
Yeah,
with
what
a
do you
mirror. Yes, right now with a mirror.
No, with
With
enough
2 meters.
refraction. If you just on the globe, you look
Yeah.
forward, and you add in a new type of refraction, just invented out of thin air, called super lumen. Would
Okay.
you be able to see the back of your head?
I don't know. I don't know anything about this
I don't know.
topic.
You doesn't know for sure.
It's an honest answer, at least. I don't know.
No, but listen though, listen, even if we grant you with the atmosphere refraction, right?
Yeah.
And it would be the 7/6R, right? So basically, you increasing the radius by 1/6, and even if we grant you that, right? So instead of 1.225, we'll even give you 2 miles. Right, we'll even give you 2 miles, but I think like after you add the 7/6R, right, it's probably around maybe 1.3 or 0.4, right? But we even give you 2 miles, right? And even if we give you 2 miles, it's still that long distance observation, which is the one that we show you, the black swan. It's still falsified the globe radius by a lot. Right, it's by a lot, bro. It's not by small number, 5%, 10%, anything.
Who said you can see the back of your head even like?
Look,
Look, I don't think this guy
People
is
have said
even
that.
aware of
Yeah.
the ridiculous anti-flat earther claims, right? I think he was just asking if we've looked into the mainstream explanations. Was that what you were asking?
Hmm.
Like, what are you talking? You didn't mention refraction, did you?
No, he was
had
trying to
asked,
figure
do we
out.
listen to what the other side says. I don't think
Yeah.
he meant mainstream.
He's
I think he
talking
meant.
about the mainstream.
I
I,
never
don't think
heard-
he's talking about
I thought
the
he talked
anti.
about Discordians, like the anti-flat earthers.
No. I never heard anyone like, or myself even, people saying that you can see the back of your head.
Well, how about this? Like when you see their room open, there's a cope room called the 24/7 Globe Earth room, which is only like it's almost they're open even less than the live stream, the 24-hour live stream from NASA, which is really open about 90 minutes a day. They're even less than that, and they call it 24 hours. So go in there sometime and say, "Hey, is it possible to see the back of your head?" And just watch them defend that. They'll defend that.
No,
position.
but I was saying like, did you ever try to like watch like some YouTube videos, like actual Google documents, Google anything like search it up
We've been researching
doing
this
research,
topic.
you know?
Some of us for 10 years, dude. We've been researching this topic. We know the globe side very well, right? Better than most globe earthers. Okay, so we know the claims, right? And they tell. Okay, so they tell us that that the horizon has to be a certain distance away from you, depending on your observer height, right? And we have observations that completely destroy that claim. Yeah, we've looked into it, dude.
Here, look at this video right here. This is Jeopardy. This is Jeopardy 5 basic questions that or 6. They asked them about, or 5, 5 questions. And see how Jeopardy contestants. These are supposed to be trivia. People who specialize in knowing, bull crap, useless knowledge. How do these 3 expert people, based on that they know a lot of, these are smart people who go to Jeopardy. How well do they do representing the heliocentric model? And answer
Is that a video?
questions?
It's not playing
Yeah,
anything.
it's a video. Maybe it's not loaded yet.
Oh, it's not loaded. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, check this out. And these are imagine what your average Joe Snuffy, like man on the street jaywalking, how bad they are at representing the globe model. And these are like just watch when the video pops up. It should be momentarily. Just check it out. So you say, yeah, do we listen to their side? Yes, they don't know what they're talking about. They really don't. At best, if you ask them anything, this is about what you get. about 40% of the right answer, if that. That's if they can't Google it. If they Google it, they'll do a very poor read of a Google based on some keyword they think you said.
I don't know, bro. These are all sketchy videos.
Wait a minute, it's not sketchy. Just play it. It's right there loaded into. You don't have to download anything.
But
Just
I
hit the
know,
play
I know.
button.
I didn't. I don't have to download. Just I'm
Yeah, you don't have to
looking at
download
it.
anything.
I'm looking
Just
at it
push
right now.
play.
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm not trying to there's no software here that you have to
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like
there's no link you have to click. It's right there embedded in Discord.
With a Saturn, correct?
I still can't see the video, man. Wait, it's not playing up for me.
I was playing it.
Weird.
Should have gave him that 3 hours instead, crit.
You can.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the half-hour one because I can refresh it. He knows he's not supposed to engage with me.
who?
This guy modded the shit out of me on another server, and I told him, "Don't worry about it. Someday the shoe will be on the other foot. Let's see how you like it."
Which server is that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is it?
No, not
anti-flat
really.
server? What kind of server?
Yeah, it was an anti-flather server.
Oh, damn. All right.
It wasn't the anti-flatter server. It was a Pocket Fun server.
Pokerfront. And you're a mod there?
I was a long time ago, yeah.
Hmm.
I deleted Crit's message one time after the server owner said to stop talking about a certain topic. And so now he's got this grudge against me.
Well, I guess you two
That's why you follow us?
Oh no,
I
I've
don't have
been
a
in
grudge
Flutter
against
for a
you. I
long
just
time.
told you that if you're going to mod people, I will mod you to your own standard until you realize it was a pretty shitty thing to do.
Wait,
Just
there's
admit
people
it.
in here
That is a grudge, yeah.
of the other side, bro. Like your enemies in this Discord.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
We have no
there's-
enemies, dude.
Like there's a call and this.
They make
There's-
us their enemies, but we have no enemies. I don't have no enemies.
Yeah, they're hovers. They're like fans of Flat Earth. They follow you server to server. They tell you the conversation shouldn't happen. They
Because,
delete,
bro,
your,
like
they
Yeah.
delete your comments. They'll ask you
Stalkers.
questions and then tell you didn't answer. They're insufferable twats. So they're not given a lot of charity when they come around. Like, this isn't a topic that is hard to grasp.
Amish, you're hot micing.
Oh gosh, sorry.
Yeah.
topic that a few can fully explain. You know, it's a topic that like either you study or you don't know shit. Like I'm in a position where I don't know shit. I don't know much, but what I know is that there's multiple figures in history as well that say the opposite that you guys say. And yeah,
Obviously, there's a lot on the table, but I would recommend if you're willing to know the truth for yourself for whatever reason, look into it. We can provide you with the materials, information. You can cross-check between the globe side and the flat Earth side.
Yep. Hey, I got some good news for you, bro. I send Flat Earth information to your DM, so you can check it out whenever you want. If you don't want to, that's cool. But if you need it, it's there.
yeah.
And you gotta also make a separation between what people say from whichever side and what can be demonstrated, tested, and verified, right? So you were asking about, have you guys checked the claim of the other people, the experts, whatever?
Yeah.
So what they claim is that the Earth has a certain geometry that is according. It has a certain diameter, a radius, right? It has certain measurements. So when you put that to the test, they tell you that the horizon that you were asking about, if you're like 6 foot tall and you are at the seashore, right?
Yeah.
The horizon is around 3 miles from you, and behind those 3 miles is dropping, is the edge of the ball, right? But in reality, when you go to the seashore and you can see 5, 10, 15, 30 miles, right? You can see beyond that geometrical claim that the globe nonsense has to claim, because it's a geometry thing. Once you check it in reality, you test that claim, that geometry, you test it in reality, and you don't, it's that curvature, that drop over the distance is nowhere to be found in reality. That's where the claim falls apart. And what explanation or people say, you're saying, oh, people say certain things, but it's not about what I say or what the other guy said. It's the actual acknowledgement of reality, what is actually happening out there in the real world, not what explanations say.
Yeah. 6 foot. Hold up.
So in reality, water doesn't attach on the outside of a spinning ball. You know that in reality, that's real physics. And it has to be contained, and it's also a horizontal frame of reference. You cannot have horizontals on a sphere, and we have horizontals in reality. And that's just fundamental stuff that the ball claim has.
If you're small on a sphere, if you're very small, you're on top of a sphere, you eventually will see an horizon. Doesn't mean you will not see an horizon. The thing is,
you can't. The curvature will be the change rate slope of non-zero. The horizontal line will have a change rate slope of 0. And in reality, we have horizontal lines. You can do navigation. Not really? You never seen the horizon?
Navigation as well. Navigation both on sea and air. I'm pretty sure they use the round,
Not at all. No, they don't.
When they
In fact,
they travel both air and
pilots treat the Earth as a flat and stationary, non-rotating planar surface for all flight dynamics, regardless of altitude.
Yeah, especially listen, when the aircraft is being built, like the people that actually build the aircraft to make it work in reality, they never take into account the ball. They actually have to pre-assume a stationary horizontal flat plane to build the aircraft in the first place.
But for example, the plane, from what I know, from the only things that I know, like small things that I know. For example, like if he has to go from USA to Europe, it doesn't do a straight line. It goes through Greenland. Like it does a round line. Why does he do that? Why does he have? Because he does that to.
The airplane goes
because
from
the shortest way. It's the shortest way to travel from USA to Europe.
Yeah, it's not about the distance though. The distance is not necessary to come to a conclusion. The airplane goes from airport to airport, right?
Yeah. So you have to see the travel line as well. Where does it go?
Well, exactly the travel line.
Go
when the airplane goes up into it goes from the ground up in altitude, and it goes in a straight line towards its destination, and then it lands.
Yeah.
It never, ever, at any moment, takes into account neither the curvature of the claimed globe or the spin of the globe. It never takes that into account.
Yeah, because there's no curvature. Well, like if you're small in a sphere, you will not feel the curvature. If you're very small, like on top of a sphere,
if the airplane is going 3,000 miles to a distance from here to 3,000 miles away flight, it will have to be adjusting to the curvature, and whenever it's going to land, since the ground is a different frame of reference, it will have to adjust to the rotation of the ground that is in the equator is going at 1,000 miles per hour.
You don't take
Faster than
gravity in account. You're not counting gravity. You're not counting.
Dude, define gravity. Do you know what gravity is? Can you actually properly define?
I told you before, bro. I'm still in high school, and like either like if you want to debate,
Oh, you
either
didn't
like
tell me
know
that,
everything
so I
about
accept
this topic, or like you don't know shit. So like I'm in position where I don't know shit. But
So are you claim stacking away from what is actually used in reality? Because the airplane navigator, listen, the airplane.
that's what I studied.
Bro. Listen, you gotta take into account what is done in reality, not what your imagination is trying to tell you, right?
Me imagination.
In reality, the
I'm not
builders of
imagining
the
anything.
airplane.
This is what I'm.
You said gravity. You said that you have to take into account gravity for the airplane to work. Whatever. Nobody takes account that gravity that you imagining of the ball to make the airplane function. Neither the builders of the airplane nor the pilot that is operating the airplane will ever take into account the ball imaginary physics that you think are in reality.
Oh really?
Do you think that math is a force, or your frame of reference? Your reference.
You know that gravity is a factor.
No, Doc, this is about
in
gravity.
airplane flight, bro.
This is about gravity. You do not know what gravity is.
No, you just
so
said
we're gonna have to
gravity.
teach
You just said
Yeah, we're
pilots
gonna have
don't
to
take
teach you.
gravity and accountability. That's,
We're gonna have to teach
that's
you what that
totally
word
wrong,
means.
bro. That's totally wrong.
Let me tell him this, bro. Listen.
What are you talking about? Why are you saying gravity is not taking accountability by planes?
Listen, bro. Listen.
fuck?
When you operate in reality, you have to account for real things, right? When you say gravity, you're saying a word, and this word that has no meaning behind it, because you don't even know what it means, and you're saying gravity, like a parrot. When parrots say
You're saying
word,
gravity does not exist? Is that what you're saying?
no, you're saying a word, and you're saying this word causes things to happen.
What?
But this word doesn't, bro. What does
No,
when you say
I'm not
gravity?
saying
What
that.
do you mean? That's what you're saying because you don't know what it means.
The pulling force to the earth.
Well,
Like,
there
that's
is no
exactly what
pulling
gravity
force. There is no pulling force.
Oh,
See,
no?
the problem
So you
here
can
is
fly?
if you don't understand. Hold on. The four-dimensional manifold of space-time is a mathematical construct. This is a framework. Math is not a force. It doesn't pull you down. And your frame of reference, your reference frame, that is not a force either. That is not pulling you down.
No, math is not a force, but
Exactly.
with math
So
we can
therefore,
prove
gravity is-
there is a
gravity's
force
not a
with
force.
math.
Nope,
We're not
gravity's
saying
not
the
a force
math.
at all.
We're not saying the
It's not a
math
force,
as a
Cole.
subject is a pulling force. If you
I'm
open a
trying-
math
you
book,
don't
doesn't mean
understand what it is. You don't even know the meaning of the word gravity. And I'm trying to explain to you that the four-dimensional manifold of height, width, depth, and time is space-time. And that is how they describe gravity in Einsteinian mechanics. Now, with the Newton shit, that's the weight or seriousness of a person, place, or thing. Gravitas. Now you know what gravity means, and neither of those are a force. You are not being pulled down. You are finding equilibrium at balance.
So when
in
you
the
jump,
environment.
why do you land back?
You jumped up. You exerted energy to go up. That's the reason why you went up. You went
but
back
then
down.
why did
to
it go
find
down? Then why did it go
equilibrium.
down?
Nothing's pulling. Your imagination is the only thing pulling you down because
Why do you
there
go
is
down
no
then?
force.
Explain me. Why do you go down after
you
you
weigh
jump?
more than the medium you're in. You weigh more than air. Duh.
What?
Are you
Weight
dense?
more than
Yes.
air. So
Yes,
why is
you are more
why
dense
isn't
than
why isn't
air,
Earth
therefore
why
the
isn't
air goes above
okay.
you.
Then why isn't Earth constantly falling? Because Earth is
Nothing- what the
weights more than air, bro. Right?
It's a
What is
medium
Earth?
density relationship.
What is Earth? What is Earth in space? What is Earth in space?
It's a medium
according to you.
density
Outer space.
relationship.
No, wait. Because this guy said that I weight more than air. That's the reason why I go back on my feet, like I
Yes.
land on Earth. So
Yeah, you're light.
So is Earth-
lighter. You don't have.
is Earth landing on something else, or is it just floating,
and
or it
density.
just what is it going on Earth, bro?
You are on the floor of the universe. Welcome to the ground. Welcome to flat Earth. The horizon
what am
is
I?
horizontal.
What am
You're
I?
on the floor. You're on the floor. You're on the ground, and everything above you that you see moving above you is indeed moving above you. Welcome
So
to the
like
ground.
this
Welcome to
infinite.
flat Earth.
So like you can
Nobody
dig
said
that,
it's infinite.
you can dig down
Nothing can be-
infinite.
Nope. Nothing can be infinite.
No.
in
So
this world.
what's below Earth? What's below Earth? Why isn't Earth falling like constantly
Nobody's
falling?
ever dug
according to you?
further than 7 miles down in that deepest borehole shit. So nobody knows.
Okay,
Nobody knows.
so the whole point of you being a flat Earth, it's a theory basically. It's nothing proved.
It's not a theory. It's an observation. I go out.
An
I observe the
observation of
horizon,
what, bro?
and
No
it's
one
flat.
digged.
A
No one
flat
digged more than
horizon.
40
It's
miles,
an
right? What you said,
observation of a
40,000
flat
miles.
horizon. I'm going to mute you if you keep talking over me. Do you understand that?
You know,
It is an
like I'm
observation.
the only
Shut
one
up.
here that. Oh, really? Shut up.
When he talks, just let him. Don't overtalk. It sounds really annoying for us listening and others. You know, it's just
But
one at a time.
it's-
One at a time.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
much nicer that way. Yeah.
It's not answering me though. It's not answering me. That's the problem. That's what I'm
No,
saying. But
you
whatever.
don't like the answer you're getting.
It make no sense. I told you, is the Earth constantly falling? What did you say?
That doesn't make any. That question doesn't make any sense because
Exactly.
if you say sense, that question, listen, the ground that you're standing on is fixed in place. It's motionless.
Yep.
There is no motion to the ground. So if you're asking if it's falling, that will be a nonsensical question because you cannot sense nor detect any movement of the ground going anywhere.
No, but
Exactly.
what he said before is when you jump, you go high because of a force, the kinetical force. Of course,
No.
you do that, but then you go down because you
exert
weight more
more
than
energy.
air, bro. That's what he said.
You
weight
fall
more than
down
air.
because you're returning to equilibrium in the medium that you are within. That is the reason you return back to the ground to where you were after you leap into the air.
Which equilibrium?
What part? Now, which part of that do you not understand?
Listen, buddy, if you go
every
to
part.
a lake, if you go to a salt lake, you're gonna float on the water. You're gonna float
Because
the
salt-
water,
because the
the
salt
water
is-
is denser than your body, and you have buoyancy, right? You have air in your body,
Yes.
and you're
Yes.
floating. So when you're in the air, you're denser than the medium that you're in.
You know, you can still drown, but whatever. But yeah, you do float. You do
Non
float.
sequitur.
Yes. What?
Non sequitur. Try and stay on topic.
That's
He just
you
explained to
flow.
you
You
about the
flow
medium.
because the density of the water counters like
Buoyancy.
the. Huh?
You float because of buoyancy.
Buoyancy? What is
Do
buoyancy?
you not know what buoyancy is?
I'm not English, bro. Like English is not my first language.
Okay, fair enough. Just look up buoyancy real quick, or density and buoyancy. They go together.
Basically, how like one thing floats and another doesn't.
Buoyancy. How do you spell buoyancy even? Like, can you type it? Buoyancy? Never heard of it, but it sounds like
Boink boink.
like yeah, it sounds like boing boing, bro. What are you guys saying about buoyancy?
Oh god.
Well, what language do you speak?
Fiance.
I'm Italian.
Oh, you could have said that. I talk Italian.
Really?
Yeah. Oui.
We lost, bro.
French.
Really
No, I posted in the side chat the correct spelling for the word. It's buoyancy, man.
buoyancy.
Buoyancy, buoyancy. Buoyancy density.
Buoyancy is the upward force exerted by a fluid. There you go. That opposes the weight of an object in the fluid.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
gases and liquids are both fluids. Fluid dynamics applies to both gas and liquid.
By gravity. I mean, the one that you're thinking about.
Gravity. It you know, buoyancy, as you say, like whatever the fuck is pronounced.
You could label,
Buoyancy
you could-
opposes
you could
gravity.
label-
It usually says there. It says there. Buoyancy
label-
opposes gravity.
Listen, you
Density.
could label that specific gravity, and you could search that term, specific gravity. But the thing is that you believe that when you say gravity, you're thinking about is this thing that causes things to form into balls in the vacuum of space and spin around each other and cause planets to move and form. You have a whole story, a whole mantra, a whole cartoon imaginary thing
Mantra.
away from the
I'm pretty
gravity
sure
thing.
it's well explained. The gravity thing is well explained. Pretty sure.
No, the gravity that you believe is there, that goes next to the sphere that you believe you're standing on, is not there in reality. That doesn't exist. The sphere doesn't exist. You're not standing on a sphere. You're not.
Yeah, but what's the proof then of gravity not existing?
Laws of
I don't get
nature.
it though.
Because
I swear
people, there's scientific communicators who'll straight up tell you that it's a pseudo force, that it's not real, and that they don't know what it is. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson, for example. What it is?
So the whole
I
thing
don't
about
know.
space, the whole thing about space is lie. That's what you're saying. the gravitational
Upper
things,
space
everything.
exists. Clearly, upper space exists. We're telling you that the official narrative and fairy tale story about outer space is not real. It's a thermodynamics violation. You can't have gas pressure next to a vacuum without physical containment.
Yeah, I don't know that in specific, but I told you, like, I'm still in high school, so I'm
Well,
I'm not an expert, you know.
you're breathing, ain't you?
But this whole thing that you guys are saying, it makes, in my opinion, makes less sense than what I'm taught.
So me saying that the
less
horizon is horizontal doesn't make any sense to you?
I'm pretty sure if about the horizon that was explained before, if I look up on the video, like I ask some questions.
If you look up
Listen, buddy, listen. Your senses, right? What you say when you claim something makes sense and doesn't make sense, you have something called part of your sensory system of your body. You have something called the vestibular system, which is it has a liquid in the inner canal of your ears, and it has it triangulates a horizontal frame of reference that whenever you move from that horizontal, you know that you're away, you're off it, and if the ground starts spinning, your senses will let you know that the ground is moving. Okay, so your senses tell you that the ground is motionless. So claiming the opposite, like the globe, that the ground is spinning, that's the nonsense. And also another of your senses, your eyes, right? Your vision, right? You observe the horizontal, non-curving, right? You observe.
Actually did once.
So claiming the opposite, that the ground is curving and the horizontal is curving, that will be the nonsense. So when you're saying that the globe makes sense, that's literal nonsense by definition, because you're going against your senses, where you can experience, where you can test, where you can sense, and you're claiming the opposite of all of your senses, making it nonsense. The globe is nonsense.
I don't know, bro. I told you, like, I'm not an expert, but
it's all good, man. All good.
Because there's an explanation on everything you said there. There's an explanation.
You look up the word horizon and horizontal. They're synonymous, basically, together.
Yeah.
It means a straight line. A horizontal line is zero slope. So you can't have a horizontal line on a ball. So that's impossible, geometrically speaking.
Just a word used to explain, but
no. It's not just a word. Words has meanings. You don't throw words just randomly like that. Oh, horizon. It means whatever you feel like it's gonna mean today to you, or next day on something else. You know, we don't speak like that. So yeah, think about that. Just look it up. You know, understand the words you're using as well. Whatever you saw, I don't know. Maybe you talking about the dome vision type of thing, like on the side, like it's circling around you on the left and right. Is that what you're talking about? Your own vision makes that. I mean, the eyes can do that. That doesn't mean the horizon is curving.
That's what I saw, but that's what I told you guys.
With your own eyes, or you used equipment?
With my own eyes. My own eyes.
What do you see? In front of you, on left, far left?
No, far left, far right. But it was slightly. Yeah, it was slightly. Not, of course, like
slightly.
Like
okay.
A curve, you know.
Yeah. It's
Talking about the nonsense, when you look at the sky and you see the sun, is the sun moving when you see it across the sky?
If I look at the sun, bro, like I go blind, man. But yeah, it's moving. Yeah, the sun is moving. Yeah, why?
So the sun is moving. You can observe this with your vision, your eyes, right? So that makes sense. Is the ground below your feet, is the ground that you're standing on, is that in motion?
Yes.
Do you sense that motion?
No. I mean,
so
the
if you're
does,
claiming,
right? The atmosphere does.
Hey, listen. you don't sense the motion of the ground that you're standing on.
The winds, there's there's like tornadoes, there's multiple factors in the atmosphere that they do sense, their motion. But we as humans, I guess maybe because we're too small, or like, I don't know, it's probably explained. Like, I'm not an expert, but from what I know, I know the atmosphere does sense that. I know the
atmosphere. Listen, the atmosphere is another word that you're just throwing around. It's a contradiction of terms, because atmos is air and sphere is a shape. Air gases have no inherent shape. So you're saying atmosphere, that's only goes with the story, like that goes with the story of the globe that you believe in. It's like, when you watch an anime or a movie and the movie has like the Force and the Jedi and the dark side and these words, you can comprehend them and you can hear the words, but in reality the meaning in the cartoon, they don't mean what it means in reality. It's like you're saying about gravity, paka. You don't know what it means. It doesn't attach. What you believe it is, it doesn't conform to reality, right?
Okay.
So when you're saying atmosphere, that's another term that is in the cartoon that you believe you live in, like exoplanets or black holes. That's all in the anime that you believe you live in.
I posted a citation, Victor, talking about gases, how they behave, and how they move. So they don't have a inherent shape or inherent vector. It goes in every direction. That's how gas behaves.
Just the fact that you're breathing air, that debunks the cartoon you believe you live in, the globe, because the globe doesn't have a container around it, and in reality, you are breathing pressure, air pressure, gas pressure. When you expand the volume of your lungs and the pressure rushes towards that expanding volume, right? That's how you are able to breathe. And gas pressure is the force that the gases exert on the walls of its container. So as an antecedent cause and effect relationship, a container is required to have gas pressure in the first place. So just the fact that you're breathing air, that demonstrates that there is a container in place, and the globe belief is just a nonsensical claim.
The atmosphere blocks the air from going out in outer space.
The air blocks the air. You're saying that the gases contain the gases.
It's the gravity that pulls the gases towards us.
Oh, the gravity that you don't know what it is and what it means.
Impact. The gravity has massive impacts on these things.
You're saying that the word that you read on a book that has an explanation or a definition in a book, that word is causing things to happen.
You read words from books as well. So what's the point?
But you're reading from. Remember, you're using a word like you're using it from an anime, like the Force of the Jedi, or the Sith Lord Darth Vader, or Goku Super Saiyan 3. Those are the words that you're using. They have no meaning. When I use a word and I say when I say gas pressure is the force that the gases exert on the walls of its container, that is demonstratively so. That's the only way you can have gas pressure, unless you can demonstrate the opposite. But based on reality and what can it be demonstrated and verified, gas pressure stands to be the force that the gases exert on the walls of its container. But here you are believing that the opposite is truth, just based on a word that you don't know what it means. Gravity. You're going against your senses,
the atmosphere
against the laws of
air
nature.
We breathe, which is crucial for respiration and survival of most living organisms. Shielding. It blocks harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun, protecting life on Earth. The atmosphere helps to trap heat, keeping the planet warm enough for life to thrive and preventing extreme.
You see, that's the Jedi story.
Day and
The
night.
planet warmth. The planet. You think you're standing on a light in the sky? That's
Planet warm, yeah. What do you mean?
You're not in a planet. A planet is a wandering star. When you look up to the sky and you see the wandering stars that travel between the sun and the moon, and they're labeled the wandering stars or the planets, those things are not the ground below your feet, or the ground below your feet is not those things up in the sky. Those are different things.
Why?
Why? Okay,
Yeah,
when you look to the ground, you look down, right? To the
Yeah.
earth or to the waters across, right? Or you look across. When you want to look to the wandering stars or the planets, those are things up, the celestials, up in the
Yeah.
sky, away from the ground, not the ground.
But
Different
if you
things.
land on one of those planets, if you look down, what do you see?
That is more of the mantra. That is more of the idea that you believe you live in a cartoon and you can do these things in the cartoon.
Okay.
You listen, bro. I'm trying to
All right,
make you
yeah, whatever.
listen. You know when the girl opens the wardrobe and goes into Narnia, right? And goes
Yeah,
talks
yeah.
to the lion and to
Yes.
the a wage war against the witch. You're saying that there is a talking lion and you've been to Narnia, and therefore it has to be truth because you read it in a book.
So what are you saying here? Like no one went to the space. No one ever like landed on the moon. No one landed.
Listen, there is
No?
space
Oh, that's
between
what
you
you're
and I, and there is
That's what you're saying.
space between our ears, right? But we live in a contained environment. No man can go outside of reality. You're saying, can we leave reality and show you Narnia and the talking lion? That's your question right now. Do you think that makes any sense?
No, I believe that's the opposite. But
But that's your belief. That's that you're holding
I
a
guess it's a
belief
belief.
that is
I guess.
without any evidence.
I believe it's the opposite. But yeah, but you got plenty
You're
of words
accepting-
over there. You got
listen,
plenty of words.
your belief
but
is accepting without evidence. You're saying that you
you're
decide to
denying
believe
everything
that-
with evidence. That's the thing, though. You're denying.
You don't
everything
have
with
any evidence at all. You don't have
Me,
anything.
no. I told you, me personally, like I'm not an expert.
Okay, but you're under the impression that you're experts too, but they don't either.
Me,
We've been doing
no,
this for a long
I've been
time.
saying, I've been saying multiple times that I'm not an expert. I'm in high school.
You say
Yeah,
the
no,
experts,
fine.
the experts in
But
Narnia,
I'm
the
bringing
ones that
like some
the ones-
small details to you guys, like about the atmosphere, about the
Listen,
tornadoes,
these
the
experts
winds.
have not been to Narnia. These experts, no matter how many ways they
Can be
say to
searched
you,
up on Google, like on YouTube, anywhere, in books,
bro,
matter.
these
whatever you
ex-
want, and
Hello.
and well explained. But
He's rambling. Did somebody order a Yappuccino?
Bro, listen, the experts that you're claiming, they've never been to this place that you're claiming exists. They cannot go against, they have never done anything against the laws of nature. They cannot deny the second law of thermodynamics. They have never been outside of the contained environment that everybody's in. And they're telling you that they know stories about places they never been to outside of reality.
why? Why they never been? Why would they lie about that, bro? Like, what's the reason of lying?
They're not lying. They're
matter.
just believing just like you. They're making shit up just like you.
They're making shit. Bro, why though? What's the reason behind all that?
Doesn't
I
matter.
mean,
What would they lie?
why does people make shit up? I mean, I don't know.
why?
People make
I
shit
don't know.
up.
Exactly. You don't know, bro. You don't know shit.
Listen, because someone
I
makes
know
some
exactly why
story.
they would lie.
Sometimes.
But the point is that it doesn't matter. If I walk into a place where it's obviously a murder scene, somebody was obviously killed, I can say, hey, this person's dead. They were obviously killed by somebody. I don't need to know who killed them. They're dead. Just like the globe.
So what? So it's like what? So I don't get it. So why would they lie again? About people
It doesn't
who
make
went
a
to the
difference. You are basically asking us, why do people lie? I just don't understand. Why do people lie? Why does a person tell a lie?
Yeah, if someone lies, there's a meaning behind it. If I lie to you, it's because I
It's
want
bullshit.
something to gain it. Yes.
Okay.
If I lie to you because I want to
problem.
gain something, what do they gain?
No,
by
people
lying?
will lie just
Okay,
for a
listen.
joke.
The line will have to be with the intent of deceiving, right? So most people
Yes.
like yourself, you're not lying when you say, "I believe I live in a spinning water ball to the vacuum of space, and
Yeah.
someday I'm gonna go to Mars and meet
Yes.
green girls in Mars." That's not you lying. You actually believe it, right?
Yes, yes. Because there's proof.
Okay, so
It's
that's
not
not
just
lying.
a
bro.
belief.
There's no
It's
proof.
not just a belief, but keep going.
There's no proof.
Yeah, keep going.
Listen, when your neighbor, when your neighbor is watching Star Wars and he says, "Bro, you know, I'm a glow believer and I believe in a galaxy far, far away there is this Jedi people." He's not lying, bro. He believes it, right? And I live in a globe and the globe is so cool and all this stuff. He believes it, bro. And when your teacher, right? When your teacher tells you the same thing, leader, Italian leader Timmy,
would he lie?
you live in a globe. She's not lying to you, bro. She
Why
believes
would,
it
why
too.
would the first guy lie? He's still
Okay, so have you ever heard of the story of the Emperor's New Clothes?
Hold up.
The Emperor's New Clothes. That would answer your question. It's a small parable. It's not that big. It's a very short story.
If someone is lying, there could be many reasons. If whoever is lying, if someone is lying with an intent to deceive, right? They might be doing it for what? Maybe monetary reasons, or maybe to have you do work that they don't want to do. They want you, the believer, Timmy, the good slave, right? Or me, the good slave, to do their work, because if they can lie and you believe whatever they say, I mean, they're gonna have a hand above you.
Oh, Big John, listen to me, bro. Like, I understand that, but there's
Maybe they're hiding.
nothing
Listen,
to
maybe
lie about,
if they hiding. Listen,
about,
if they're hiding, if they're lying about God's design and God's creation, maybe they're trying to lie about God. Because if they're lying about reality and lying about your senses and telling you, "Hey, big toe, don't trust your senses. Don't believe in the laws of nature that God put in place. Your God-given senses. Don't trust that."
God is something that is
Maybe
cannot be proven.
maybe they're trying to convince you to just don't trust in God.
But God is not something that you can prove or cannot unprove.
Bro,
you know?
the necessary
It's not proof or
antecedent
not
to a
proof.
container. Listen. The necessary antecedent to a container is a designer, and you're breathing air.
I'm
The
bringing
necessary antecedent to a design is a designer. So you
I
cannot
personally
deny
agree with that.
reality.
Yeah, of course you cannot deny reality.
Yeah. So when you look
You're
at this
denying
design
reality right
environment
now.
that you're in,
Denying
when you look at this design environment that you're in, this design place, terrarium that is put in place, design, like everything you see around, you see a code that requires a coder. You see a design that requires a designer.
So you believe in God?
You're breathing air, and the container is in place. So the antecedent to the gas pressure will be the container, and the antecedent to the container is a designer. So you have so many clues about an actual creator or designer of the place that you're standing on that it would be
I know there's a
nonsensical to claim the opposite.
I know there's a design. I mean, I personally believe there's a designer, but
There you go. There you
not
go. So
proven. It's not proven. It's not
the globe belief is they're telling you that you're just an accident, that
Those are proof.
everything happened by chance.
no. That's another topic.
Yeah,
That's another topic you're bringing right now.
The globe beliefs go hand to hand with you came out of nothing.
Okay, but that's another topic. That's another
Something
topic.
out of nothing.
That's another topic. Trust me.
The globe belief also goes against your God-given senses, against, the ground is motionless, like your vestibular system is letting you know. Water, the physics of water, right? Water is not on the outside of a spinning ball. You've never seen that in reality, but you believe that's happening.
Yeah,
Gas pressure. Listen, to have liquid water, water in the liquid state, you require a contained environment.
Yeah.
If there was a vacuum, if the water was in the vacuum of space, the water wouldn't be in the liquid state, bro.
Yes.
And you wouldn't have
We got
water.
the atmosphere. That's why we got the atmosphere.
That's the gas pressure. That debunks the globe right there.
No. It
Yeah,
blocks. Bro, it blocks it blocks radiation from the sun. It keeps the.
Victor, you're saying that you can go to the tire shop and you tell you have a car, you drive, right, Victor? You drive?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that you're gonna go to the tire shop and you're gonna tell the guy that, hey, can I have gas pressure or air pressure around the rim of the car, the four rims, but I don't need the tire because I got gravity that is gonna hold the pressure around the rim. That's what you're saying right now. You're saying you don't require a container for the gas pressure, and that goes against the laws of nature.
The atmosphere is the container.
The atmos is the air. The air is pressurized. To have the pressure, a container has to be in place as an antecedent cause and effect relationship.
I believe you. I don't know if you know what the atmosphere is, but I believe we.
Okay, so you can say atmos, because the atmosphere will be a word that is made up to give gases a shape, right, to the story of the globe. But in reality, what we have is gas pressure, air pressure, right? And in reality, to have that, you need an antecedent, something that precedes. Right?
Why, if you go up Mount Everest, why you need the oxygen? For example, oxygen. How do you say, like
within a container? You have depth, right? You have also gas. Listen, you have
why, bro?
You have you are in a dynamic system. You have high pressure, low pressure, heat, cold, right? You have gases being produced. You have the listen, Victor. Listen, bro.
This would.
You have gases, you have the gas cycles, gases being produced at the surface and below the surface, right? So you have a dynamic system where heat is being introduced, the sun is beaming into the system and exciting the particles, and changes are happening, high pressure, low pressure, heat and cold. So you have all of those conditions in place. But the important thing that when you ask about the lower pressure in the high altitudes, that is still pressure. That's pressure. And the pressure requires containment. Doesn't matter if it's a lower pressure or a higher pressure, you still require a container, because if there was no container, there will be no pressure. You wouldn't be breathing air.
In an endless conversation, because that's literally what the atmosphere says.
It's not endless.
What the atmosphere
is not endless.
It is endless, bro.
No, if it was endless, if the container was endless, there will be an infinity volume, and you wouldn't have the pressure.
Saying we're in an endless conversation, because I'm saying to you that that's the atmosphere, bro.
But you have to acknowledge the realist level. You have to come back to your senses, come back to reality, and acknowledge the real stuff.
I don't think so, bro.
The atmosphere is a contradiction.
I mean, you believe people
Atmos
never went to the
gas. Gases do not have an inherent shape. I digress.
How can people go to a second law of thermodynamics violation place? They did that in Hollywood. Hollywood basement movies, cartoons. Like I've been trying to tell you, Narnia. You're saying, oh, someone went to Narnia. Therefore, talking lion.
No, you know very well Narnia does not exist, man. You know very well Narnia does not exist.
And you know very well that the second law of thermodynamics cannot be violated.
Because if you see the moon right now, if you look up, you see the moon.
I need to ask you something.
You know damn well you can go there, bro. And people went there, so.
Are you under the impression that anybody believes that Earth is some kind of space frisbee or pizza planet?
How would you guys be honest?
Because nobody believes
planet.
Yeah,
I don't know what you guys believe.
You're on the ground. Just to clear things up, just to clear things up, nobody here believes in that. We're just saying you're on the ground.
So like it's just ground, basically, like Minecraft.
You're not flying in space, is what we're telling you. You're not floating or flying or spinning. When you feel inert, like you're standing on solid ground and it's not moving, you can trust your senses. You're not spinning at 1,000 miles an hour.
So Minecraft, basically.
Nobody said Minecraft.
I mean, that's basically the explanation.
Go ahead, Veritas.
You know, Minecraft requires a designer. Go ahead. Someone was going to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, Alpha Veritas.
Yeah, I believe in God, but I don't think we believe in the same God, bro.
So
Oh
you
Lord.
think you live on a globe, right?
Huh?
Victor? You think you live on a globe?
Hold up, can I go piss?
Yeah,
I'm
go
gonna
no.
go piss, bro. Hold up.
Alpha, have you been listening before? Or
Yeah, I was hearing him.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
he was
He does
spiraling.
only. He's regurgitating basically. He doesn't know anything to defend it, like in that case of debates or whatever. So, but if he listens more, pay attention, so he will learn new things.
Yeah, I think he's just being defensive because it's new information. And being a young person, you're kind of conditioned to listen to the authoritative figures, and online discussions are not a place for him unless it's like a forum where there's people that are accredited to have, academic discussions. So he's going to just disregard everything anybody else is saying in here. So he's just being he's memeing a lot. So you could just tell, man, from this young person's standpoint, he's very standoffish because he doesn't have to accept anything you're saying, because at the end of the day, you're not like some academics resource. So he could just make fun as much as he wants to, and you guys are just gonna accept that.
I mean, he's been alright. I say most of the time. It's just new stuff for him. He's in high school still, at that age. So
Yeah, it's a dismissiveness, I think, that really irks people, because he's so dismissive, and then he downplays it to like equating it to like Minecraft and stuff like that, because that's how he's thinking. He's never been challenged. Let's put it that way. He's never been challenged. He's only told to accept every paradigm that comes his way from academic or authoritative resources. So he doesn't know how to. People like him, they're young and they don't know how to think. They're being told what to think. So this is a new thing for him. Like, trying to think about something that he's never thought of.
Fair enough.
It's very different. But the mind state, I think, is kind of the angle that I usually go with someone that sounds that way. Because I could go into the information, but it's not going to be as effective as like trying to get him to realize how he knows what he knows. And
yeah, I'm back.
What's the route to that?
Welcome back, Victor.
Hello.
Victor, I've been listening to the conversation you've had with the panel, and I've kind of realized that it's not your fault. The reason why you're standoffish with this topic, because I would say that you'd probably just trust academic resources for information that, anything in regards to like the Earth, like Earth science or anything like that, like you would only appeal to, people who have academic backing, right? Like anybody in here is probably to you just another meme on the internet. Is that
No,
correct?
not a meme. I would not say a meme, but I would say like that I trust more. As I said, people with like a background, like.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. We all came from this world that has that kind of structure and format, and so it's not beyond the fact that I don't understand like why you're being the way you are. I think with reason, I think you have that kind of feeling. But do you think that people in here haven't done research and looked into things? I mean, do you think that we're just saying, "Hey guys, believe the Earth is flat," and then everybody's like, "Yeah, I believe it"? Like, do you think that's what it is, or?
That's what I asked before. I asked if they look it up for, as I said, like the other side research. So what the other side says.
Yeah, I get what you mean. But here's what I want to tell you about that is that everybody in this room that is a flat earther, I would say 99.99%. So the majority. There's only like maybe a sliver of a fraction of a person that was actually born a flat earther. I don't think anybody here was like just thinking that the Earth is flat right off the get-go, like as in never told that the Earth is a globe, never shown that it was a globe. So, but everybody has been told at some point in their life, their young life, that the Earth is a globe. And just like you, right? We're brought up to believe the same things. So we come from that side. So it's not that we don't know the other side or we haven't challenged ourselves with the other side. We've come from that side. The reason why we're on this side now is because we've already looked at all the different research that could lead us to be where we're at today. That's why I was telling you, it's not, I get what you mean. Like, we're not talking about globe Earth and not challenging ourselves. Well, maybe it could be a globe. We're not. It's none of that, man. We've already researched every avenue about how it could be a globe, and it doesn't turn out that it's an actual globe.
Like, you know for a fact that it's not a globe. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
personally,
All of us
you
in
pers-
here.
all of you.
Yes, me personally, yes.
You know, it's important to also mention that we all come from different walks of life. Some of us have been through academia. Like some of us have done that. Some of us have field experience. Some of us are field engineers or have had experience doing that too. Some of us have been in the military. Some of us have been pizza delivery drivers. I mean, you get a little bit of everybody. So you never really know who you're going to talk to. Most of us don't want to reveal and dox ourselves on the internet in general, let alone ourselves as flat earthers. And we're just here trying to give you information, man.
Yeah, I really just want to reason, Victor. You sound amenable, dude, but I really want to just reason with you. I understand that I could give you information about the Earth being flat and stationary, but I think at this time, I think what you need is just a perspective, where we come from, why we're the way we are. That's all. And then maybe later on, you can investigate yourself and look into it. And then, I would say the biggest thing for me to tell to you is to always stay curious. Never, ever settle with somebody telling you, well, that's just the way it is, and you can't know anymore. That's all, right? You can always stay curious. You can always ask questions. You can be skeptical. And if somebody says, well, the Earth is a globe, we figured it out. And if you're, at the moment you say, okay, that's fine, the Earth's a globe, I'll deal with that, then you've given up that sacred ground that belongs to you, which is your mind. And I think what all of us in here fight for is people actually having that sacred space back, which I think is very dear to everyone, right? We value our ability to discern the physical natural world for ourselves. We don't need somebody telling us that the Earth is something we don't see it as, because we don't see the Earth as a globe. None of us perceive it that way. And then the idea that we're just like amoebas on a giant beach ball, that stuff is out the window too, because a long time ago, they said that the Earth was discovered to be a globe thousands of years ago, before this technology that we have today.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ideas of how they figured it out before we had technology. So this is interesting, right? So I'm saying it's not beyond you that you couldn't figure it out, but they're making it seem like it's too hard for the common person. Like if you really wanted to know, like you'd have to be somebody in academia to figure it out. Like you're not a scientist, let's say. So then you couldn't.
It's a lot of study behind. Like there's a lot of studying behind, and explaining this topic is very, very hard.
It's difficult, and you're young, and you don't have all the knowledge. You're not an expert.
Yeah, exactly. I never said I have knowledge on this. I actually don't know shit, as I said before.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. Like, it doesn't matter either way. When you leave this chat, you can still think the Earth is a globe. That's not a problem. But when you start researching more, right, at least start to think about the questions that we're asking. How is it possible that it's a globe when it doesn't measure like a globe? It's not observed as a globe, and it's not practically used like a globe. Like pilots and sailors, they never treat the Earth like a globe. So nobody's treating it that way. They only think that it is a globe, based on what they've been told, like what you've been told, what other people have been told. So people, like a tradition, right? They're just believing like a tradition that the Earth is a globe. They're taking it like, okay, my teacher said it was a globe, and that's okay. And everybody's telling each other, hey, it's a beautiful day on this globe Earth. So you think in your mind it's something that it's not measured to be, it's not observed to be, and it's not practically used to be like one. So it goes against a lot of logic and reason that it is a globe. Is all I'm saying, man. Like you can, when you leave this chat, like you can think whatever you like, but if you challenge yourself, you're gonna find out it's not what you've been told, and perhaps maybe you can start questioning some more. You can obviously you can accept the Earth as a globe. That's not going to take effort. What takes effort is to use your mind. Always stay sharp and listen to the questions and the answers. Like when I don't know, what grade are you in, Victor?
Last grade, my country, last year of high school.
Is that like a high school?
Yeah, high school. It's like 5 years of high school, then this university after it.
Have you studied Earth science? No.
I mean, this is the only the things that I got taught at school, like from elementary school till now.
Okay, what? Let's see. I don't know what category it would fall in your school, but what type of category does it fall in to tell you about the planets and all that? What did you categorize that in your school?
I guess science.
Just general science?
Yeah, general science.
Okay, so general science, and then did they go over that with you? Like anything to deal with that?
With that, like if you want to study more about it, you have to take like a specific grade in university, not high school. High school is everything in general.
Okay,
Apart
so
from biology, like we learn biology and physics, but other than that,
that stuff is good. That stuff is good science. But what I'm saying is the idea that the Earth is a globe, like
no, that university. That's a great university.
Okay. So when you get, well, I don't know, are you going? It doesn't matter. So if you do get to university, right, and you study this in some way, maybe like in a undergrad course or something, who knows? Like, but whatever it is that you take this class, you're gonna find out that it's all built on assumptions. It's not built on any solid foundation. So there's calculations, right? Not how big the Earth is and stuff, and distances to planets and all that. It's all built on an assumption about the size of the Earth. So the radius, right? You have to know what the distance is to the center of the ball Earth to where you're standing on the surface. And you're going to know that if you have this value, then you can know the distance to like the planets and such. Like that's the first rung on the cosmic distance ladder, to know linear distance as far as like getting a cosmic scale going. So if you don't have that first value, then you don't have any of the other values, because they're going to study like 1 astronomical unit, which is like the measured distance from the like the speed of light and such.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have that value until you discover how they went about knowing that it was empirical method. Like, so the one-way speed of light, if they've got this value for the value for what the speed of light is, then you're going to use that, incorporate that into what an astronomical unit is, so that you'll know a distance between from here to the sun and such. That's why they give you the values of like, how far away the sun is and all that. But the first rung on the cosmic distance ladder to even know any of that stuff is the radius value of the Earth being a globe. So it takes basically the radius of Earth. It's kind of like if you've ever seen like a sweater that has one thread on it, and you pull that thread on the sweater, it just starts coming apart. Like that's the thing with the radius. If you don't have the radius, if you pull on that string and you don't have a radius value to the Earth being a globe, then you don't have any of the other values that you know from the cosmic distance ladder for like how far away planets are and all that stuff. So the radius value is paramount in the cosmology aspect. So that you live in a solar system and all that. So you need to know that value if you're going to establish any distances to planets and such. So one thing that we talk about here is that the radius value,
everything is public, so I believe that it's explained how to find that value. Like they explain how they found the value.
No, well, that's what I'm telling you. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Like because of it being public, you're gonna find out whether it's a calculation or where it's a measurement. So you'll know if it's a calculation or a measurement, and that's gonna lead you to more questions. Well, if it's a measurement, it's a distance that has been measured, and we know it, right? But if it's a calculation, that's something that somebody thought of that it could be. It's a possibility, but it's not necessarily contingent upon it being known as a value that's been measured. So a measurement and a calculation are two very different things. So this is the interesting part, right? When you start discovering whether or not they know the radius value for sure, or it's been a calculation that they're using to think of the Earth as a globe. And this is you need this value, right? It's extremely important for everything else. So if you don't have the radius value, you don't have anything else for distance, for any of the planets, for anything. The distance to the sun, the one-way speed of light, like there's a lot that you need. The radius value has to be certain. It has to be measured. It has to be known. And if it's not known and it's an assumption or an inference, then you're going to realize that you can't base a foundation of knowledge on this. which is where we all are in here. We're giving people the distinction between what is knowledge and what is, assumed or, inferred. So that's what we're saying. We're drawing a line in between, because we know that you're going to be told a lot of things about Earth and all that, but you need to be inquisitive enough to figure out what is the difference. Because, like I said, the thing that's sacred is your mind. And once you start giving that away, I call it outsourcing, right? You're outsourcing your mind to like an expert or something. Then you're going to realize that it's not true, because you've given away that thing where critically you could think about it.
Yeah, when you go and try to find where the Earth was measured to be a globe, it'll take you back to Eratosthenes, who assumed it was to begin with. And then maybe you'll run into Al-Biruni, all based on the assumption that the Earth is already a globe instead of measuring it to be such.
Yes. It's important, man, for young minds to actually apply their critical thinking. Go ahead, Victor.
I said there's a lot to look up into, a lot to study, a lot to know, a lot.
Yeah, take it in strides, man. Take it in strides. What I would say is just be curious. At the end of the day, you just got to be curious and be a little bit skeptical about what people tell you is already like settled science. When they say that word, settled science, you understand that there always is something to learn. So if something's settled, then there's something that's known. It's a known thing. It's not assumed. It's not calculated. It's measured and it's known. So I'm just saying, man, like a lot of people these days, they don't think anymore for themselves. And that's why we have the issues we do in this room, because we're dealing with not the information, but how people think. That's what we're dealing with, like the person's mind, because they don't know how to apply critical thinking. So they're just mocking us and saying, well, we have the information already, so we don't need to look into this. The Earth's round. And that's not intelligent, That's not intelligent to be acting like that. It's more intelligent to be wondering how they found out that information is true. That's more intelligent.
Anyways, I have to go. But guys, it was nice.
I would like to add something before you go. The people who claim to have all the answers, are the ones that should raise a red flag. The people that are intelligent are the ones who know how to ask the right questions. But have a good one and welcome to the conversation.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man. We'll see you around. Take care, man.
Well, that was a nice conversation I came in on.
Yeah, it lasted quite a while.
And the way you know that it is when he's attentive. When he's not, then, he's standoffish. I think nothing's getting through. I think you have to there's a different path I choose sometimes depending on the mind. If it sounds like they're amenable, there's somebody that can actually listen, they're a bit charitable, then I go a different way. Because I could talk about the facts, but I don't know. It doesn't affect them when I talk about the facts. I'd rather just talk about how people can think for themselves and give them a different path.
Yeah, I like your methods.
Yeah, like he was in here earlier and he was talking about how he thinks the problem is that flat earthers aren't listening to what the globe people said. That we're like stuck in our own worldview and not understanding what the globe, and then we started repeating back like globe shit. I go, we know the globe. Amish was talking too. Like, we know the globe model better than they do. And I played that clip from Jeopardy where they just completely butchered like basic heliocentric questions. Like, one of the questions was, this planet has a large red storm, and they're like, Venus, Mars. Nope, sorry. Wrong.
Yeah. He started to be more tentative after we present the Black Swan.
It was like he came in here first thinking like he tried to troubleshoot the flat earther. And we're like, huh.
I like Jemsy's nonsensical approach, the way he talks about sense and nonsense. That when I first heard him saying that to the guy that came in here, but he was mocking Gemsy at that time. He says, "You're speaking nonsense," and I think that's where the whole argument came up for Gemsy when he came up with this. He like, I don't know, I can't even tell you. It was like, you know, when QE comes up with his talking points, some of the ones he's come up with. That was one of the times that I think Gemsy, when he came up with it's his own argument. It's Gemsy's argument, but I use it sometimes. Nonsense and making sense, because that's what you're doing. You're using your senses, so it's applicable. It's like has a meaning, you know.
Oh yeah, I brought it up because he multiple times he said, "What you guys are saying makes no sense, and the globe makes sense." So he was something like that. I'm like, bro, the globe is the opposite of your senses, claiming the opposite of what you actually experience and sense. How can it make sense?
Also, in Spanish, like the words sense and nonsense are like completely opposite words. It's not just like in English where you just throw nonsense in front of sense. Like the word nonsense in Spanish is like someone who's like delirious, like they're dreaming or something like that. If I don't speak Spanish, so I'm just trying to guess here.
Delirar and nonsense will be different things. Nonsense will be no sentido. Sentido will be sense, that you're sensing.
The sense, yeah.
So, if you don't sense, no tiene sentido, you don't make any sense.
I think there's two meanings or three meanings for sense? Because there's sense in like you're touching something, you're sensing it. Then there's sense like you have a feeling. And there's a sense of like a knowledge that, well, maybe it's got more than two. It's like three meanings or something.
Well, there's many senses. I think there's more than 5 senses in my opinion. But when it comes to the globe, and they say, the curving, spinning, atmosphere, pressure without a container, that makes sense. When they say that, that's the opposite of what actually makes sense, because you don't see any curvature. Your senses actually telling you that the ground is motionless, because if it was spinning, you'll know, in my opinion. But your senses will at least give you something to say, hey, it's curving, it's spinning, and you're breathing air in an open system that is not contained. You will somehow know it. I mean, if you're breathing, you know it's contained already. That's your sensor. Your breathing is also part of your senses.
Yeah, it's a good argument, man. And if anybody listens to you have it, they can adopt it and be like, hey, I want to use this as a... Because it only comes up sometimes when they start saying, nah, this is nonsense. And it just like, you could turn it back around and use that argument. Like, that's the time I think when you use that argument, when they say that, I think that has value right there. So.
Yeah, it also goes when they say, oh, the sun is moving across the sky, right? Oh, the sun is moving because the ground is spinning. That's complete nonsense, because the ground is motionless based on your senses, and based on your vision and other of your senses, the sun is moving across the sky. That makes sense, but claiming the opposite is nonsense.
Yeah, good point. So we still got Thymorical in here. Jedi is back. Jedi, I haven't talked to you.
Oh, that's the Morocco guy. That's the Morocco guy's a riot. Then yesterday he's like, Crit banned everybody in the chat till the chat was dead. And there's like 40 people in our chat. He said that in the Globe Cult channel, which there's only 3 people. And like,
yeah, that's more nonsense right there.
Yeah, complete and utter bewilderment. And the logs are posted. I didn't ban anyone at all. Like, you could look at the log. You could see, I wonder how many people Crit banned today. 0. Like 0. But apparently I banned so many people, the channel died. Like, complete and utter bewilderment. This guy lives in a complete fictitious world. He's just immune to facts. Just straight facts. Just
a dead channel would be the 24/7 Globe channel. That's
right now, like 0 people in it. They banned everybody till there's 0 people in that channel.
I wonder how Time Oracle feels about that. Oh, he's somebody muted him. Did somebody mute Time Oracle? Time Oracle?
The same guy. I'm tabbed out. I don't know. It sounds like the same name.
Do you mind if I unmute him, or
go ahead. It might not be the same guy, so I could be wrong. And so I'm not seeing the name. I'm just like based off the, you know.
He's unmuted now, so go ahead.
Oh, thanks. Hey,
Oracle, you there?
No, I'm the same guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So why are you so retarded, dude?
Whoa.
Straight up.
Well, Mr. Fritz. Well, let's see here.
Yeah. Tell us why
you wanted to talk about yourself, and we wanted to talk about the flat Earth, and you just started muting everybody.
You came in here with a group of retards trying to bulldoze a conversation.
I didn't come in here with a group of retards. That's not true.
What were they a group
of?
Are you worried about my list today? Are you okay that I have a list today, or are you going to go spiral out of control?
Did I say anything about your list? I don't.
Yeah,
think so.
When do I get my braces off? And you want to throw a party for me? And
that was definitely someone else that said that.
No, that was you yesterday. I was here.
That was a BizBoz, I think, maybe, or I don't know. I did not understand when you were saying Kansas, and I thought you were saying canvas for a long time. And I was like, yeah, I guess a canvas is flat. I don't know. And then I realized you're saying Kansas.
You were commenting on his braces and all about.
That was not me. That wasn't me. You're just blaming me for what other people were saying. I just said all I wanted to know was what you guys thought, and then I got muted along with everyone else.
Well, we thought about what?
I just want to know what you guys think. Like, we know what the Globe says.
Yeah,
I want to know what a flat earther says, but you guys won't tell me. That's all it is.
Have you heard us having discussions with other people while you're sitting in here, or you're not?
Yeah, I've been listening. So
what have you? What have you gathered over your listening experience? What have you gathered by what we've been saying?
I gathered that you guys are very. You guys won't speculate on anything. You'll just debunk Globe stuff. That's all that's going on.
Why don't we speculate?
I actually made a theory on what is actually happening in here.
Time Oracle. Why don't we speculate?
It won't make any sense, I think.
Okay.
You guys just don't have anything to actually say, or you don't have anything to think about it, and you just don't think about it.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just it's useless. It doesn't have any relation to the physical.
Well, I came in here not to grief you guys, not to do anything like that. I came in here because I wanted to know about flat Earth. Like, I wanted to know how it works. Like, it doesn't make sense in my head, so I wanted to hear what other people's
but still
other people think.
Still, it doesn't make sense. Still,
so now even more so now after I talked about a eclipse with you guys, and then I heard you guys talk to someone else about the eclipse.
I was talking to you about the eclipse yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah. And so we got down to the fact that
I went from Globe skeptic to I guess I'm what you would call I don't hold any weight to what you guys are saying. After yesterday.
A what?
I went from Globe skeptic to just Globey. So that's what you did yesterday.
Yeah, but there's a problem. There's a problem because he was asking for it, and I don't know if the rest of the people in there are going to know this. He was asking for a replacement. So he wants a replacement theology. So if we're saying that it's not this, it needs to be that. And he's saying, what is the that it is? He was asking me, what's the that? What is it? And I was like, I don't have to replace the thing that, hold on, Marco, I'm telling the audience. I was telling him that I'm taking down the paradigm that he thinks is true by asking him what is the cause for the effect of the lunar or solar eclipse. And he doesn't have a positive affirmation of what he knows it to be, like the cause. So there's nothing he knows the cause, like it's an assumption. He's got an assumption for a cause, but it's not
took
true
a good
that
picture of it with my phone.
You're still interrupting. Yeah, you're still interrupting though. So he doesn't know what it is, the cause. He just thinks it's something like the Earth getting in the way or the moon getting in the way of the sun, but he doesn't know that it's the Earth or the moon getting in the way of the light, interrupting the light, causing an eclipse. He doesn't know that. And we've established that yesterday. But then he says, okay, now you need to tell me, because you're a flat earther, you need to tell me what that is. And I was like, I don't need to tell you what that the cause for the effect is. I see the effect of something happening, the phenomena, but I don't need to tell you what the cause is. And he's like, well, yeah, you do. And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't need to tell you what the cause is.
But why not?
Because I told you, speculations are not a part of what we do here. The physical and natural world deals with empirical information. When you look at something, you test it, you verify it, that's true. Not something, well, I see that stuff happening in the sky. I think it's Ketu and Rahu eating the sun and the moon. Yeah? Does that make sense? Because that's a story. You want stories all day. There's stories in history. You can go back in time and go like, oh, well, look at all these stories. People used to think in ancient times that it was this thing happening. And today is no different. I even told you. You think it's a giant ball Earth getting in the way of the sun, causing an eclipse. So you're no different than those guys a long time ago.
I mean, I have a picture of that. I can see it.
You're not even using all the eclipses. You're cherry picking a very small subset.
I've seen like 5 eclipses. I've seen 2 solar eclipses, 1 partial, and like 2
Time Oracle. It doesn't matter though. Listen to me. You can use every eclipse that's ever available to in human history. I don't care if you talk about the impossible eclipse to the lunar to the solar. It doesn't matter. What you're ascribing a cause to is going to only be an assumption. Always. It's never going to be something you know to be true. Just like in ancient times, they said a giant dragon was eating the moon, and that's exactly what you're doing today. You're like a giant ball is getting in the way of the sun's light. It's no different. You're just
the ball.
You're putting yeah, you keep saying that. You're just like the guy.
I have a picture.
So does the people that think that's a giant dragon eating the moon. The same thing.
They don't have a picture of a dragon, though.
Dude, it's no different. You're giving me a story just like the stories they said of a long time ago, right? They think that the gods of are the planets, Zeus and
Well,
you
it's
got
not
all
a
these other
story.
guys.
It's what I witnessed, and I was just simply asking.
You didn't witness a bird going in front of anything, you idiot. You didn't witness anything.
You don't think I seen an eclipse?
No,
I don't understand. Like
the
this
Earth
is
go in front of the sun and put a shadow on the moon. You never saw that. You're a liar.
Okay.
You didn't see that. What you
Bradwood, you know what's
the moon and you see
I don't know how you can argue that. I don't even understand.
If I wave my hands, I should be able to see my hands waving on the moon, right?
Wait. Can you? He said he has a picture of it. Can you post the picture?
I cannot. I would love to post it, but I physically cannot post the picture.
Send it to me. Send it to Jamesy. Send it. I want to take a look at it.
You want to see my picture of the eclipse? It's actually really good.
Yeah, send it to me.
What's the name?
Jamesy.
Jamesy? Sure. I'd love to share my eclipse picture with you. Let me just so you can debunk my photo that I took with my phone. Hold on. I mean,
The
just try to
Bronco
click your
photo?
name here.
My photo I took with the P900 from my driveway.
Can you just make a reply? I don't know how to my phone, and I can't click your name well. I don't know.
I DM'd you already, so you can go to your DMs, so you're gonna find me in your DMs.
See, the problem here is you don't know how
Damn
to
shit.
address. You don't know how to address your assumptions. Your assumptions being that the Earth is a globe, that the moon is a globe, and that the sun is a globe that can obscure each other. You don't want to address those assumptions because that's what they are, assumptions.
I just have to figure out how to click your name, I guess. I don't see a message from you. There it goes. Okay, here we go. I got you.
What's interesting about your logic is that you'll use everything other than the surface of the Earth as your only proof of what the surface of the Earth is. Everything else. Don't look at it, pay no attention to the surface of the Earth. Use anything else. Everything other than that. And then be like, I used to be skeptical about the ball, but you guys...
I just don't trust NASA. It's not going to change regardless.
You feel victimized
of how you guys
by
treat
flat Earth.
people in here.
Well, how about that? Like, just go into a globe server. Just go into a globe server and just pretend to be a flat earther, or just say you've got some doubts, and watch them dehumanize you, and then you can really cry foul. They'll call you a flurman, a vermin, a flat Earth vermin. You could be like,
I heard you guys calling
some
people Skittle
here
munchers and
they muted
telling
you after
women to
you
go
mocked
get you
someone's
sandwiches
list for a half
yesterday.
hour, and you got muted
Probably
for
be the
being a
same thing.
retard. You got muted for being a retard. Oh my God, now I got to be a globalist. Try the other side. Watch how they act if you disagree with their worldview. Then you'll have some way to compare the two. On the flat Earth, when you act like a retard, you get muted. On the globe Earth, if you disagree with them, you're no longer human.
There you go. I sent you a bunch of them. I took these all myself, so there's some really good ones there where you could see what I think is what I personally think is the moon. You may disagree.
Does it look like my picture that I just posted?
I don't know.
You don't know what your pictures looks like. You didn't know what your pictures look like. I know what mine look like. I've seen.
I'm not looking in the chat right now. I took these with my phone, so I don't know.
Point to the moon in my picture.
Let me open up the chat so that I could.
Yeah. Anyway, this whole time.
Why is that?
Because this goes with the conversation. That's how YouTube live streams work.
I was just muted. I didn't even think you guys were gonna unmute me, so I was just like, oh, I'm unmuted. I can talk now.
I like to unmute people who spiral and go freak out. It's fun for me. So
why do you think I'm spiraling? I just am interested in what you guys are saying, and I think it's entertaining.
Looks like my picture. Can you point to the moon now?
I don't understand what you're really trying to say there.
I posted what he sent to me in the DM, so it's similar to your picture, bro.
I mean, what's not the moon about it? I don't understand.
I can't see the moon. Do you see the moon?
You guys just don't believe in the moon or something. I don't understand.
Oh my God!
Like,
now it's a belief system. You see the fucking moon in that eclipse.
I see the shape of the moon because it's blocking it's on the other side.
On the bottom of the soup can too.
Okay. I mean, it's what I took a picture of with my phone. It's what I seen. I only asked. I really am not going to say it again. I'm done saying it. I just wanted to know, and you guys aren't going to answer me. That's fine. I just wanted to know what you thought, and you think it's no. That's all it is.
I think they're fun. They're neato. Now, let's get back to the reality. How about an hour before? Did you take a picture of the moon approaching the sun like everybody else didn't? Nobody takes
the nice.
That picture.
Yeah, that's boring.
That's boring. You see that all the time. History of photography. That picture's never been taken in the history of photography. Approaching moon, then eclipse sun, then it goes away, and you still see the moon. Never done.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know how to address your assumptions. That's the problem.
Well, that's fine. Okay, but that's what you guys think. That's all I wanted to know, really. I guess.
Yeah. So, can you address your assumptions? Can you list off all of your assumptions?
That is what I just did. I just assumed. There you go. I assumed that everything I saw that I thought was going to happen happened, and it looked like
you saw the moon approaching the sun like a missile shooting at an airplane. Is that what you saw? So you knew
the sun is. You just can't see it like that.
That day because you saw the moon, you saw the sunrise, and then you saw the moon coming after the sun faster. Is that what you saw? Or did somebody tell you there's an eclipse today?
I planned for the eclipse for a few days before I went to see it. I have the luxury of being a truck driver.
That's wonderful. Did you see the moon? Did you see the moon approaching?
Days before, I did see the moon in the sky, yeah.
Well, it wasn't there.
I don't know how many days, but... that's where the moon was. So you see the moon in the sky sometimes, and I know it's up there. It appears to be in between where the sun and the moon, the sun and the earth are. So it makes sense to me. I just wanted to know how it works for you guys, but you guys tell me, and I heard. I understand what you guys think now. It's fine. You have no opinion.
We think logically. We don't have to make assumptions.
If that's what you want to call it, that's fine. I don't know why you guys are being so hostile. I just asked the question, and that's what happened.
The victim status.
Yeah. Okay.
Being hostile.
What's victim status about it? Explain yourself. I don't know.
Did you have a shirt on that says "Me Too" today?
Oh shit! Hey, listen, we're not hostile. We're from Ohio, all right? Just get used to it.
All right, whatever.
See, this is what he'll do.
That was my question.
I had to leave because the flat earthers were hostile. You're like, well, what about all the other people in this call?
I didn't leave because I enjoy.
You're so subjective.
It's fun.
Your worldview is so subjective. Even you can't use it.
I'm fine with my worldview. I just wanted to know your worldview. That's all.
You think everyone in this room is being hostile to everybody else but you. But when you leave, the conversation continues without you.
You guys are pretty hostile to me, too. Yeah.
No one's hostile to anyone. You're making shit up because
you're literally we're started off by calling me a retard.
You are a retard. That's feedback.
And you don't. I don't know. Like if that's not hostile, that's fine.
I'll demonstrate it.
It's not hostile.
Okay. I mean, I think this guy Crit is also retarded. That's fine.
You're letting your feelings get in the way.
That's an unconditional acceptance. I know you're retarded, and you know I'm retarded. But the thing is, though, I'm not going to ask you your opinion on something because I already know you're retarded. Meanwhile, you'll ask me about your solar eclipse photo, proven even your own take on something is utter useless and garbage.
If that's your opinion on it, but I believe that it. I'll say believe because I'm not a scientist. I believe that I believe it was the moon in front of the sun.
You also believe that a room with 4 people in it is alive in a room with 4
I was looking at the wrong Discord channel. It was an empty one. There was one person in there.
That's not now excuses. You're dropping the excuses.
Okay, that's what retarded. Happens. So I don't know.
You're just retarded.
All right.
Like, look at this. Did Crit ban everyone that did not want to talk to him about until
you wanted to talk about yourself? We wanted to talk about
moving
flat Earth. That's all it was.
We can change the subject now.
Me right now. Yeah, the guy with the lisp is kind of aggressive.
Oh no, it's aggressive.
Oh my god, you guys are so aggressive.
I mean, I don't care. Like, if this was my Discord, it would be a lot worse because I always feel very much.
Right now. All the feelings.
You cry until it's no longer, you realize it's not aggressive anymore, and you want to be here. You click this channel.
Yeah, I wanted to hear what you guys think, and I do enjoy it. I'm not crying.
I'm crying about everyone being aggressive towards you.
Okay.
So, go
it's
on.
silly to say that. I don't understand.
So listen, go into channels and asking people to give you some assumptions. Don't you have imagination and create assumptions other than the first one that you already have, like the one that you are telling us the moon is getting in front of the sun?
Yeah, but I think he's asking for our assumptions instead of.
I just wanted to know what you guys thought. Literally, why I joined in here. I said it again. I said I wouldn't. I don't know.
This is our reason we should have a day off that day, because everybody should watch a solar eclipse, I think. That's what I think an eclipse is.
What's the solar eclipse proving?
Take too long, and I get bored with it.
What's the solar eclipse proving?
But just listen, you can create different assumptions just beside the moon. You can imagine, you can go and study, for example,
you guys are just yelling at someone for living in Narnia, and then you're saying this stuff. So it's like, come on. There's one of three things going on here. I figured it out, all right?
Just try to hear what I'm saying, if you can. If you can try. So you can study Cerocycle and go and claim it is a black disk.
No, I'm sure.
It is black disk that is made from some light absorbing material, like that black paint that absorbs 99% of the light. So a light absorbing material that is getting in front of the sun. You can claim whatever you want with that, and you can name that black disk Rahu, and you can claim it, name it Afshuchen, whatever you want. Doesn't change anything. It's just like that claim that you already have, which is the moon is the thing that is getting in front of the sun.
All right.
So it's just a claim. So you can make those assumptions by yourself. Why are you claiming? Why are you asking people for assumptions? Don't you have imagination? Yeah, I can think about it.
I figured you guys would have general, like some kind of
how about
something to say about it.
We're talking about flat Earth, a topic you wanted to talk about, and you just
I wanted to hear about it. Yeah.
You just don't talk about flat Earth. You want to say, "Oh, let's talk about the sky."
We're talking about this is a debunked globe channel. That's what it is.
Let's talk about the flat Earth.
I wanted to know about flat Earth. I'm sorry.
Flat Earth.
Isn't it fair to kind of
flat
talk about
Earth, the surface of the Earth? You want to talk about everything other than that. You want to talk about people. You want to talk about what they're doing, how you think they're retarded, how you feel harmed, how they're aggressive. You want to talk about everything other than. This channel says flat Earth 24/7. We live.
That's what I wanted to talk about. Yeah.
You can't. You just don't. You want to, but you don't. You're a retard. You're just a retarded dude.
Okay. I just wanted to know what you guys thought. Then I'm retarded. My bad.
Flat Earth. What's the topic?
So I do have a theory on what's actually going on here, though, if I may.
Is the topic your feelings or the topic flat Earth? Does he know?
I want to hear the three things after he answers.
I think this guy only wants to talk about the meta.
Yeah, facts. What are the three things?
All right. So there's one of three things. It could be a combo of all three. This is just what I gathered from being in here a few days. It's either you guys are simply trying to make money on YouTube.
No.
2, you guys are just griefing or just practicing to debate nonsensical things. Or 3, you guys are actually retarded. That's my theory.
You're not really coming to them with that one.
Dude, listen,
And
you're gonna go
you guys can be
viral.
me.
I'm telling you. You're making this yourself. You're making.
I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know
talking
a
all about people
question.
again. All about
I just
people.
wanted to know a question about flat Earth. You guys won't answer shit.
And then he talks 3 things about flat Earth.
You guys won't answer shit. That's all it
the
is.
topic again.
I'll answer it.
What do you tell me? What you think flat Earth is? I don't know. Just a flat, endless plane.
No,
It's just Earth.
It's
like, come
it's the
on.
Earth.
Give me
It's the
something.
Earth. Okay, well, you got to stop
No
talking.
globe.
First.
You debunked the globe when you presented eclipses.
Damn. Well, dude, it's just the Earth when you go outside. Like, what else? What else would it be? What do you mean? What is flat Earth? It's the Earth as it is right now. What's the confusing part? You're trying to like visualize it, like close your eyes and see the whole thing, or what are you talking about?
You're retarded for that.
Sort of, yeah. I would like to, yeah.
Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah,
well, let me show you.
He's too retarded to visualize anything at all.
That's fine. You don't need to visualize it anyway. Thimo, can you,
Yeah, hold on. One
visualize the whole
second.
universe?
Can I jump in real quick, brother? Can I jump in real quick? I'm sorry.
Of course.
Hey, Marco. It's very disingenuous, dude. We talk a bunch of times. You used to come in here. We told you what flat Earth is, and now you pretend that you don't know what flat Earth is, dude. We explained to you and everything. If you
I
actually pay
understand.
attention, if you actually
Just the
pay
ground
attention,
below
and
my
being
feet.
honest,
That's it. That's
Dude,
all you guys will tell
if
me.
you actually pay attention and being honest about it, bro, you like at least you understand where we coming from. But the problem is this: like you don't fucking listen, and now you lying about it. Like, oh, I just want to know what you guys think. We explained to you a bunch of time, dude. So
Nothing. I got
just
nothing
be honest,
from you
dude.
guys.
Just fucking be honest about it. Dude.
I
Don't
am
come
being
in
honest.
talking about, oh, I don't know what flat Earth is. We explained to you though. Did you listen?
He says he
It's
got
just the ground
nothing.
beneath my feet. That's all you guys told me, really.
What
else would it be?
That's the wrong
Exactly.
answer. It's not the ground that it's not only the ground that is below your feet, that's the dirt. Because the earth is not just those dry surfaces that you are standing on. No. It also have more than 50% just water. So yeah, earth is that dirt and that water surfaces, mountains, hills. So those are composing the earth. But the dirt, no, we are not saying flat ground or flat
Earth is water? I'm confused.
No, it's not water. Water is a component of Earth. So the surface of the Earth is composed of dirt, and most of the surface is composed of water, where we navigate with using the ships, boats. So that's called water. It's not dirt or rock or something like in the dry.
Oh, it is, but it isn't. I'm confused now.
It is, but it isn't. It is what?
You're confusing me, bro.
Why I confused you?
You said the earth is the water, but it's not the water. I'm confused.
No, the water is one of the element composing the surface. The surface is not just dirt.
Oh, the surface, yeah.
Yeah, the surface of the earth is not
Because you
just...
didn't say the surface, you said the earth.
No, the earth itself. So there is water that is
the surface of the earth. Because the earth below the surface is not the surface of the earth, right?
The earth below the surface, yeah, but we can find also...
Yeah, so the surface and the earth below the surface is not the same thing.
Yeah, but water, we can find water also underneath the
And the water below the surface is not the same thing as the water above the surface.
Why? Isn't it water?
What do you mean why?
Why? So the one above the surface is water, the one underneath the surface is what? Alcohol? Wine?
So what are you talking about then?
So the liquid that is above the surface that we call water, you said that the one that is underneath the surface is not water. What do you call it then?
You were talking about the earth, right? And then you said the water is the earth. And I got confused there. But then you said, no, it's the surface. But then there is earth below the surface and also water below and above the surface. So which one are you talking about?
You call water an element, which is retarded.
When you say blood, it's not the human So water is not the earth; it is part of the earth.
So you're talking about the surface, not about the whole of it, right? You're talking about the surface of the earth, which is one thing, one aspect, one area, the surface.
Yeah, the thing that we call
okay, that's I got it now.
call flat earth because the guy didn't understand the meaning of what we say, why we are calling it flat earth. So the guy was thinking about the ground underneath our feet. So no, it's not just that. It's also the surface of water. That is, taking
the flatness of the surface is an aspect of the whole thing. It is not the whole thing, right? The earth and all of the components of it is not one aspect. The flatness of the surface or the surface. The surface is one aspect of many things that make the earth.
Yeah, exactly. The surface is one aspect. There is many other things. So thickness.
Many other things. Yeah, exactly. Like water, water above, water below.
So just
somebody was saying that thickness flat Earth is in a container as well. It's contained somehow.
Hey, we focus on the flat part, the part that's not a globe. That's the one that ruins the globe.
Well, the container also ruins the globe, like he just said. Yeah, the container.
Well, I mean, what I want to know about the container a little bit. Like, I want to know what the theory is. I know it's got to be a theory, right? Because no one's seen this container.
It's not a theory. It's not a theory. We have gas pressure on Earth. You're breathing it. That's the only reason you're able to breathe, because we have gas pressure.
That's got to be a theory as well, because
that's not a theory. No,
Globe Earth has a theory on why that is, and it's gravity.
Are you familiar with the gas law? Are you familiar with the gas law?
Guy, if you sit and listen, you'll probably be answered over the course here. I want to talk to him now, and I want to see if he is able to see the chat.
Yes, I'm reading. Yes, there's a lot of information.
Right. Yeah. So, do you see that round ball in that picture? You don't have to worry about the numbers or the text, just a picture of that ball.
Yeah, spherical.
Yeah, we can even call it an oblate spheroid. That's the popular thing to say. But do you see all the blue stuff on that wall?
The blue stuff? What do you mean?
Yeah, on the ball in the picture, you see the blue areas?
The water, you mean? Okay, yes.
Yes, we agree that that's water, right? We agree it's water?
Yes. Oceans.
You notice something weird about that water. It curves around that ball. Agree, right?
Yes, by the mystery of gravity, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll grant you your gravity for now, for the purpose of the discussion. Sure, it's gravity that pulls the water around that ball, so it curves. Okay? And NASA and all the other space agencies, they send out pictures of this, kind of like this. They look a little different, have a little different colors, different countries, whatever. But we'll grant it now. Let's just say that is a real picture of Earth space. Let's just say that for the argument's sake, right? I'll agree with you. I'll grant it to you. This is the ball. Now, you're going to have to confirm, does water curve? If you can look at the chart in that picture, you can see that Earth has to curve with the specific rate if the claimed radius of 3,959 miles is correct. So you don't have to take my word for it. Find a friend, bring him to a lake 10 miles wide, place a laser 1 foot over ground on one beach, you shoot it to the other side. Guess what? It's going to end up 1 foot over the water on the other side as well. That means that water doesn't curve, because if it did curve, that laser on the other side should be 66 foot up in the air. This is why we're flat earthers. We cannot measure any curvature. We tried this on 10-mile wide lakes, 20, tried it over oceans. We have done everything we possibly can for the last a long, long time, right? A decade or whatever in this channel. So that is why we're flat earthers. We know that water doesn't curve around the ball. We can't confirm it, and therefore those pictures that they show us, they're fake, clearly.
So,
Or the size have told us.
So if there is no curvature, why big ships like the biggest ones, they keep what's the word for it? Not hiding, like they keep
they disappear.
They keep disappearing inch by inch by inch. And when I stand on my feet,
you can replicate this on a flat surface. You can do it with Legos on your kitchen table. You stand far away, the smallest pieces disappear. The last piece on the table is going to disappear for you. Just perspective, angular resolution. You can't resolve it once it goes.
But not in the same manner.
Below 0.02 degrees.
It will become fuzzy and it will become like unknown and I can't identify it. But it's not with the ship. The ship, I can still see parts of it, and other parts are immersed in Earth. It's not the same.
Well, a ship also has the problem with waves, swells, that, right? So even if you put your thumb up real close to your eye, you can cover half the room in front of you. If you move the thumb away, you can see more, right? So it's all about perspective. You can't see the boat's bottom when it goes further out, right? Well, it's clear completely. But if you get a zoom camera, you can zoom right back in some case.
What's the length of the curvature of the Earth? Like, how much I could walk so the Earth could have a curvature? Length. What's the distance between a curvature and the other?
Well, we can look at the horizon example, right? The horizon on a ball has to be geometric. So if you're 6 foot tall, that's about 180 centimeters. You should be able to see about 3 miles out. And that's where it should start curving for you. But I promise you, in your life, maybe you didn't notice it, but you have probably been to some sea or some lake and you've seen further than 3 miles. You maybe have seen 10, 15 miles even, which should be impossible if it's a ball.
Wait a second. Are you saying that the curvature should happen every 3 miles ahead?
No, I'm saying the horizon. Actually, Google horizon distance calculator, and you can see different distances, how far you should be able to see before the ball curves away from you, right? This is just geometry.
It's not about my ability to see. I don't count on that. I'm talking about scientific measurement of the Earth. What
and I tell
people think?
That's science claim. That's the heliocentric claim. Horizon has to be about 3 miles out if you're 6 foot tall. It has to, if it's a ball. And then it should just get worse and worse after that. After 20 miles, we have 266 foot of drop. 10 miles with 66, that's a 6-story high building. You shouldn't be able to see if it was on the other beach. Yet you can see the sand. You can see birds walking around there eating food. So we see way too far. So either they lied and the Earth is way bigger than they say. We're not making a claim to the shape here. We're only talking about the surface proper, flat. Old dude says, same effect out there. This is just a pond. Is Earth tiny? Posted a picture, right? You can replicate the ships disappearing on a small lake, less than a mile wide. Curvature have an effect there, and you can still replicate this effect on that flat surface. If that's the video I'm thinking of, I can't play it right now, old dude, but I think that's the one you posted. It's an optical effect, not Earth curve. Since to the horizon, there's an Earth curve calculator. He posted it. And if you want the math formula, it's 1.22 mile times the height of the times the square root of the observer's eye height to the geometric horizon. And we always see way further than.
Question. What like, does it matter the shape that you think it is? Like, does it matter if it's a circle or a square, or does that have any
We don't make a shape claim because there is impossible to prove that. We're only talking about the property of Earth. It is flat.
Okay. So you
Oh,
don't.
it would be very fun to know the shape, but that's not what we're talking about here because we can't. We only talk about empirical evidence here, things we
But
can prove.
Since everyone's trying to prove it's a sphere, do you think it's a circle, or like what? Do you have any thought on what it could be? Like what shape? Or does that not really play into?
I've never been concerned about it. To me, Earth is just Earth. It's where I'm living. Whatever I see when I look out through my window, I see a flat horizon. See the sun move in from the east. It goes away in the west. So I just take it for what it looks like. I actually think the sun is moving. I don't believe that the Earth is moving under it. And I think that when I see a flat horizon, it actually is flat. But everyone has been basically brainwashed to believe it's the exact opposite. It is super crazy, actually.
Yeah, it's flat. You see, it's flat because it curves every like 20 centimeters per kilometer or something. Hold on.
Yeah, it's about 20 centimeters. It's 8 inches per mile squared. I posted in chat. You see that chart there. Sounds like you want it in metric, but you can convert.
So that proves it curves, no?
Yeah, it means that when you stand on the beach and you're 6 feet tall, the horizon should start curving out about 3 miles out, or maybe 5 kilometers if you want to do the metric thing. And I think you've been able to see things further than 5 kilometers away many times. You just haven't reflected on the impact of that observation.
Google is saying 11 kilometers. Like you can, so the Earth would start curving.
At what height? 6 foot?
5 or 6 miles.
Can you screenshot that? I want to see. Actually, I'm going to Google it to be sure, because that's not the information
I'm talking to DeepSeek, and it says, I don't know, man. I feel like we should learn more and dive more into astrophysics so we can talk about the subject.
Let's see. Horizon distance from a 6-foot observer. That's what I'm Googling right now. See what answer I get. Should say about miles, 3.2 maybe. A 6 tall, 183 centimeters person standing at sea level. The horizon is approximately 3 miles, about 4.8 to 4.25 kilometers away. I'm going to screenshot that and I will paste it in chat. I don't know what kind of Google search that gave you the 11 kilometers. That's wrong. Geometry proves to be right. Okay, so go, done. Anyway, I hope I've given you guys something to think about. You don't have to take my word for it. You know the method now. You can take your friend, bring him to a 10-mile wide lake, see if you can see him on the other side. Unless he is taller than 66 foot, you should not be able.
Wait, so you're saying if you shoot a laser across a 10-mile lake?
Yeah, 1 foot over the beach, both sides, it will end up at the exact same height on both sides when it should end up 66 foot up in the air if it's a ball.
Because the laser is affected by Earth's gravity the same way as everything else, no?
It's light, so if you want to argue that it's bending, prove some kind of, you're going to have to show some kind of evidence for laser light bending exactly after the Earth's curvature. Nobody has been able to do that. I've never seen any evidence of it. It's not how light works. Light can
Do you consider someone like,
that's called Snell's law, but we're not getting into. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
do you consider someone like Neil deGrasse Tyson as a puppet of the establishment? Would you see him that way?
Consider him a hostile witness. He actually has made a couple of good points, but for the most part, I think he's a ridiculous person. Indoctrinated at at best and a liar at worst.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so you were
Do-
saying earlier, so you are saying that
Do you
light
think? Do you think you
isn't
can
curved or
debate him?
bent?
Like if you and him in the same room? Think you
Oh yeah,
argue?
oh yeah. Easily, he would get destroyed
Really?
even for sure. But the thing is, he doesn't want to debate us. We've tried to set up debates with him with people that are way better than I, but even I could debate. It's not that difficult. And if you listen back to the recordings on YouTube that we have thousands of hours. There are plenty of PhDs and doctors and all kinds of astrophysicists stuff that has been in here, and they all get destroyed fairly because they have the same questions that normal people have. So they get the same answer, and they have no explanation why we farther than we should.
For me, I'm not gonna lie. He sounds much like he sounds like an intelligent person.
Sorry, you cut out. I got a phone call there, so I couldn't hear your question. Will you please?
Yeah, I think. Anyway, thank you for the discussion. I'm gonna go now. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Come back anytime.
So you were saying earlier you don't think light curves or bends?
I don't think laser bends. If we Google it, does laser bend? You will get an answer that no, laser generally doesn't bend. It would have to be through mediums and stuff like that. You can easily do it. I can even screenshot it for you if I Google it. So the common
laser is light, correct? And if you go onto Google and search "does light curve," it'll come up, and it'll give you a decent
I can
explanation.
do it. I can do it. Let's see. Does laser light curve? You can get it to curve if you do it through sugar water. You can get it to curve if you have two different mediums, but generally light from a laser does not curve. What are you getting on your results?
Look, if like it, I'm just saying that if like you're saying the laser is light that you're shining over the 10-mile lake or whatever it was, and it doesn't curve. That's affected by the gravity as it passes like through air or water or whatever.
Sure.
So that's why you often would think that it's traveling in a straight line.
I mean, if you want to claim that it's actually hitting the water, metrical horizon is, it goes through it to the other side and ends up 1 foot over water. Then,
I'm not saying it's hitting the water. I'm saying as it goes through air, it curves the same way as anything else does with gravity.
if you're making that claim, I'd like to see some evidence. So otherwise, it's a cool story.
Do you have evidence that that's not what happens?
Yeah, because the laser ends up 1 foot over water on both sides. Should be ending up 60 foot up in the air, and it doesn't.
That's if it doesn't curve, though. He's saying it does
Right.
curve, which is why it ends up in the same spot.
Right, so we just have to find someone who's willing to show that it curves 66 foot down on the other beach to 1 foot.
Yeah, so you're saying, so if it was flat, it would stay in the same spot. If it was curving, it would stay in the same spot. So either way.
No, that's not my claim. You're claiming that laser bends when I know for a fact that we use laser to measure things straight. In building, in roads, bridges, construction, they use lasers and they do tunnels.
That's because it's on
for
a
everything.
smaller scale.
That's not a small scale. We build bridges that are 10 miles long. Anyway, you can find a frozen lake now when it's. Go out there, put yourself on skates, skate out to the midpoint, see if you slide all the way down to the other beach. Because of the curve, you won't.
Have you seen like Do you believe in the pictures that are taken from like the International Space Station and stuff of Earth, or do you think those are fake?
Were you here when we presented when I posted a picture of the ball with the numbers on it?
The
11 at 1100 hour in the chat. Is that the kind of picture in that picture that you're talking about?
What, the one where it's got the imaginary ball Earth with all the formulas on the side?
All the numbers.
So, what does that have to
Do
do
you
with
see? Do you see the ball in that picture? It's blue. It has some land. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are those the kind of pictures you're talking about when you say pictures from NASA? Approximately. They look like that, right? Almost.
Ish.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry about the number. We don't have to worry about that. I'm only talking about the picture of the round ball. We can call it an oblate spheroid for argument's sake, right? But the thing is, as I tried to explain, even if I grant, yes, it's a real picture of space, when we try to confirm it, we do these tests down here, and we notice that we see too far and that water isn't curving, well, picture has to be faked. Because they have given us a gradient, so we can do the math. So we know how much it has to curve every mile. And it doesn't. So, I mean, best I can give you, it's a ball, but it has a flat spot on it that's 10 mile wide over my lake. Then we're venturing into disco ball territory, and NASA doesn't even claim that. They say it's basically for all purposes, it's a perfect sphere.
Are you claiming that the water's not being curved?
That's exactly what I'm claiming. Water does not curve. We use water as a leveling tool, for example, because it is so perfectly horizontal, straight, flat.
Yeah, but you use it as something to level out because it looks flat because it's being curved by Earth's gravity, right? So if it was going over a large scale,
claim, but there's no proof for that.
It's still being curved.
Yeah.
You said that Earth's gravity curves lasers like 10 times.
Can
you give us an experiment for this, please?
If it's not being curved, like if nothing's being curved, which is what you seem to be claiming, then there's no point in having gravity. So you basically
you got to take this phone. Sorry.
Pardon?
No, dude, you said that lasers are curved by gravity. We're just scientific experiment for this claims.
You're saying light isn't able to be curved. Water's not.
No, I'm saying it can be, but you're saying it's due to gravity. So where has this independent variable been tested in an experiment? So we actually know that's the cause for the effect. We asked you like 10 times.
Goddamn, you guys are interesting.
Well, we need science for this claim, right? Instead of making a scientific claim.
Well, look, what I'm getting at is you're saying, like, from what I'm hearing, is you're saying that there's no point in gravity if gravity's real. So, if gravity wasn't real,
he didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Okay.
You said
but listen,
gravity bends lasers.
No. Yeah, but are you saying it bends or no?
I'm saying light can bend, yes. You are claiming that it's due to gravity. So where has this been validated at?
Because it bends like anything else does.
Okay, so where is the validation for this? We're asking for the validation. Where's the experiment that proves the claim that gravity can bend lasers?
Because it can bend light like it bends anything else, and...
Okay, so where's the experiment proving this?
Where's your experiment proving me wrong? There is none.
You don't have to prove negatives. I don't have to prove that unicorns don't exist. I don't have to prove that Santa does not exist, right? If somebody wants to make a counterclaim that he does exist, then he's the one that has to provide evidence for that claim. I'm not going to be the one providing evidence for Hogwarts not existing. You have to prove that Hogwarts exists. So can we have the experiment of validating gravity bending lasers, please?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Thank you. Good job, by the way, Plain and Truth.
If the Earth was flat, then why does the sun not light up the entire Earth?
Gas can occlude light with distance.
Sorry?
Gas can occlude light with distance. We have gas on Earth. Gas can occlude light.
Yeah, but if the sun is so far away from the Earth, then like,
how do you know how far away it is?
well, you can assume it's far away, like very far away.
No, we're not going to be
Yeah.
assuming.
Well,
you guys give us a value. You guys got that value from assumptions.
You can assume it's far away because if you look at
how
if
far?
you look at the sun from either end of the Earth, it appears to be the same size. Far enough so that different, like if the Earth was flat, then different places on the Earth would all be lit up if it were flat.
That's not true. Gas can occlude sunlight.
Yeah, but how? Like, what are the odds of that happening?
That
if
was
the
just a
sun's so
concession. You
far
just
away?
said, yeah. Well, a cloud, gas, right, can occlude sunlight, right? Pretty simple to understand. Gas can occlude light. So with enough
Yeah, but
gas
if the
between your
sun
eyes
is
and the sun, it can block the light from the sun.
if the sun is millions of kilometers away, then a couple thousand. Because you
How do you
can
know
make the assumption it's very far because
No,
all right,
you're
just
just
listen.
making assumptions. It's never been measured.
When you look at a light on your roof and then you move to the other end of the house and then look at that same light, it's going to look smaller, right? Because the light is very close to you. Whereas when you look at the sun from one end of Earth and then move to the other end of the Earth, say 10,000 kilometers away, the sun's size is going to look completely identical. That's because it's very far away from you. So you might not know the exact distance. You might not know the exact distance, but you know it's very far away. So what's an extra
If you happen,
1,000
even if you
kilometers
happen to be at a certain location and your friend was 10,000 kilometers away, he wouldn't even be able to see the sun. Like the sun is above your head.
Sorry, I'm trying to read the chat.
Yeah, don't worry about the chat. Just stay focused on the VC conversation. Like, pick one to engage with, either the VC or the text or the TC.
Hey, great. Did you want to take over, bro? Just because I gotta head back to work in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate you, brother. Merry Christmas, by the way.
Yeah, Merry Christmas too. Happy New Year.
So the sun is far away, an extra
How
couple
far?
thousand kilometers.
How far?
You don't need to know the exact distance. You just
Well, give me a ballpark. How far?
far enough so that if you move 10,000 kilometers on the other end of the Earth, it still looks the exact same size as like the other spot. Like
So why
where
would
you
that be?
originally were. Because it looks identical from either end of the Earth. You can't see a noticeable size difference, which means
So then
it has
a
to be
rainbow.
pretty far away.
So a rainbow does the same effect. You can just travel, and the rainbow will just stay in the same position. So the rainbow's very far away too.
Well, rainbow is different.
Why?
Well, there can be different sized rainbows. Like you can notice the size difference in rainbows. You can't notice the size difference from the sun. Like from the sun, sorry. No matter where you are on Earth. Which means it's got to be pretty far away.
Because
because the size of the sun doesn't change.
The size of the moon doesn't change either, so it's the same distance away. The sun and the moon are about
it
about
means
the
the moon
same
is
size.
also far away.
Yeah, but they're so the same distance away.
Not the same distance.
About the same distance.
Not about the same distance. It just means
Okay, where
they're
does that
far
come from?
enough.
Okay, where
Well-
did that come from?
What, the sun and the moon not being
Yeah.
the same distance?
Yeah.
Well, that's a separate topic. I don't know. The eclipse happening. How does the
Okay,
moon
what
get
about
in
the
front of the
eclipse?
sun?
What happens
The
during the
moon
eclipse?
gets in front of the sun.
How do you know that's the moon?
What else would it be? A big asteroid?
No, yeah. What else could it be? You know, it's
Well,
not the
there's
moon.
nothing else.
You definitely know it's not the moon.
You
So
do
what
know
would
it's
it
the
be?
moon? Because where else is the moon?
How do you know the moon isn't visible at all?
What do you mean?
Okay,
Can you
it's
see it?
impossible to have a conversation about this stuff if you guys don't know what's being discussed. The moon is not visible at the time
So-
of an eclipse. It's not visible. It's not in
So
the
there's
sky.
no way to
You
prove
never-
that that's the same moon.
You never see it.
So you're saying there's two moons, no moons, one? What?
Okay, repeat back what I said.
You're saying you can't verify that black
Nope,
dot
try
blocking
again.
the sun is the moon.
Okay, when you see a solar eclipse, you do not see the moon. That happens during a new moon, the moon phase, where you don't see the moon. Unless, do you think you can see the moon during a new moon? When the moon is not visible, it's actually visible when it's not visible. That would be a contradiction. That'd be a deep-seated contradiction
saying-
because you'd
you're
have
saying you can't see the
visible
moon?
and not visible at exactly the same time. A hard contradiction. So I'm saying if something is not visible, that means it's not visible. If it's visible, that means it's visible.
But why
That's
is it
exactly
not
what I'm
visible
saying.
when you?
That's
when
exactly what
you
I'm
can-
saying. You understand what I'm saying now? If the moon is not visible, then it's what? Visible or not visible?
Not visible.
Not visible. Okay. So during an eclipse, you'd say the moon is visible. That's a contradiction. Because you had an invisible moon.
So you're saying the moon isn't visible?
No,
during
that's
a
what I'm
solar
saying.
eclipse?
Listen. Invisible is
All I'm hearing is
invisible.
visible, visible, invisible,
Invisible
Yes.
is not visible.
God, you're just saying invisible, invisible. That's not proving anything. I want
That's
you
a
to
if it's
explain.
other than
No.
that, that will require some very heavy burden of proof to square the contradiction. It's a contradiction.
So
right now you have a
is-
deep-seated contradiction where what you're not seeing is actually what you are seeing.
But what do you mean we don't see the moon? I don't understand.
Yes,
when
I'm saying it's
when there's an
impossible to
eclipse.
talk to you guys about this if you don't know what the
No,
observation
because you're not
even
saying.
is.
You're not explaining yourself
I
correctly.
can't
All you're
explain
saying-
it to you. You'd have to go
Oh,
make your own observation and say,
you saying
what
we-
did you see? This is
Are
what
you
okay,
saying-
okay, no, that's not what I'm saying.
I just came in and I realized that what I heard Crit say was that during a new moon, you don't see a new moon, and you said it is actually there and you should see it, and you see it and you don't see it at the same time. So which is it? Do you see it or don't you see it?
Again, doesn't make sense because you're.
Oh my
can we
God, that doesn't
assume-
make sense. All right, somebody else try.
Can we assume that that's the moon blocking the sun then? I get what you're saying. You're saying we don't know if that's actually the moon that's blocking the sun. Is that what you're
I
saying?
wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. That's you guys that make up the stories about the sun and moons.
Look, you can make. Surely you could measure the moon when you can see it. like when there's no eclipse going on, and then you measure again when the eclipse is happening to verify that the size is the exact same, and then you can just assume that that is actually the moon that's in front of your
measure the moon that you don't see during an eclipse versus a moon that you do see when there's no eclipse. And then when there is an eclipse and you don't see a moon, you need to measure the moon. Got it.
Okay.
Well, you
So
measure the
before
big
an
black
eclipse-
dot you see in front of the sun, and then you see that that is the same size as the moon.
So if I post that big
So
black
then-
dot for you, will you we be able to measure it then?
Well, we'd have to set up a camera in the exact same
How far away is it?
I don't know off the top of my head, but it's pretty far
so
away.
yeah, pretty far doesn't work in that formula, I don't think.
Well, you can assume it's far away.
Well, I don't think assuming it's far and pretty far will work in any kind of math formulas.
So, before an eclipse, you see the moon, correct? You see it move over
No.
in front of the sun.
You don't see it at all.
What do you mean you don't see it at all?
Oh, see, I lost you.
You don't see the. Oh my god! You can't just assume you're the smartest one in the room. Yeah, you're probably smarter than me, but just listen for 1 sec. What are you seeing go in front of the sun?
I don't know.
So, what do you think it is? You don't think it's the moon? What?
I don't know. I don't know.
So, oh my god.
I understand what you're saying, but I was talking about something
But you
separate
don't
earlier.
understand. You understand, but you don't understand at the same time, right?
I understand. You're saying that you don't know that the thing blocking the sun during an eclipse is actually the same thing you see when you see the moon. Isn't that what you're trying to get at?
No, you got.
There is no moon. There is no moon. Yeah, there's no moon, so we don't know what it is.
You do not see the moon. It's a new moon. Okay, I don't know why this isn't sinking in. When
never mind,
during that
I'm lost
time of
again.
that part of the moon phase is called the new moon. It's not visible.
Right.
So you're the one saying that during a new moon, when the moon is not visible, it's actually visible. That's what you are saying that. You're saying, hey, check this out. This new moon is visible. When the definition of a new moon is invisible. That's what makes it a new moon. It's invisible. So you have a contradiction here. I don't. You do. You have a contradiction. Now, how do you square the contradiction? It's not asking me how many moons there are. It's you trying to figure out how you have a invisible, visible moon. That's how you would square the contradiction. You say, check it out. It's invisible and visible. Both.
It's invisible because we can't properly see it because there's light behind it.
So,
The same way.
Okay, so now it's invisible again.
It's not
You got
invisible.
pick.
You
Which one
just
is it?
can't
Is
see
it-
the face of the moon.
Is it visible
because the
or
sun's behind it.
invisible?
Pretty said it's visible, but you can't see it. Does
Yeah,
that
I
make
know.
sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense now?
Yeah, you can tell it's visible because you can't see it.
Right,
you
that's how you
can't
know it's
see it-
there because it's not there.
Yeah.
Look, I wouldn't say it's invisible. I'd just
Well, you
say
better.
you
That's the
can't see
definition of a
the
new
face
moon.
of it.
Maybe he's got his own definition now. Maybe he's starting something new, that he's got like a university he started.
I think
See
you
what
guys are
happens
the
when you get
one
free
that's started
college.
something new.
You don't know what the word invisible means anymore.
Look, you.
What does invisible mean? Well, that means you can see it. Really? A plus.
Your
Look,
arguments are so childish.
What putting the definition aside.
Why? Why would you do that? Why would you put a definition of a word aside? Who does that? Who does that type of dumb shit? Well, since the definition doesn't match my preconceived notion, we'll just put it aside. We'll just take it over there and just like ignore what words mean now.
Are you having a little episode or something? You good?
You can use either yes or no for that. It could be, my episode could be visible and invisible at the same time. You could tell I'm having an episode and it's not apparent.
Yeah, you can see he could not be having one and having one at the same time. You can't really tell.
I'm reading it now. Different sources have different definitions for new moon. Not all of them say invisible. So, not all the sources say invisible.
Therefore,
I guess nobody knows then, huh?
Well, it's not literally invisible. You just can't see the face.
So some say it's invisible, and some say it's not invisible. So what are you stuck with?
The moon is not illuminated, so you can't see the surface. That's literally it.
So it's not there.
It is there. It's just not illuminated.
Whoa! Wait, I gotta take a break. I'm gonna need a glass of water for this one.
Yeah, this is outstanding.
Look, either way, I was asking a separate question earlier.
Yeah, you're asking about the size and shape of the moon versus
and how
the sun.
doesn't light up the entire Earth.
Yeah, so the sun is about 400 times larger and about 400 times
Based on
further
what?
away.
Where did you get that from?
I like when he holds. How I do it is I hold my thumb up to the sun, and I say that's 400 times away, and I hold my thumb up to the moon, and I'm able to cover both of them with my thumb. That's how I know they're both at different distances.
What? You guys are a different breed, aren't you?
No, we're just using your logic, how you guys figure shit out. You look at it and you guess.
Okay, but how
Okay, we can
doesn't
say
the
the same
sun
about you.
light up the entire Earth?
No answer?
What happened to the entire Earth?
I said, how does the sun not light up the entire Earth?
I thought you were talking about eclipses before.
No, that's what we moved on to.
When did you move on? Were we in an eclipse already, or you moved into a sun and I didn't know it?
No, we were talking about the sun lighting up the entire Earth, and then.
Oh, why would it do that?
Why wouldn't it do that if the Earth was flat?
Because it's. How far away is it?
Look, you don't need to know completely how far it is, but you can assume it's very far away.
It's okay, very far. I'm going to write that down. It's one variable A equals very far. Okay, now what else? We point at it. That's the angle, right? We get an angle. Azimuth to it also, right? And those are all angles that we get from a flat surface when we do this, right? You can't do it from a ball, obviously. You have to do it from a flat surface when you get angles, right?
What do you want to know? If like how far away the sun is from Earth?
Yeah.
exactly?
How did you measure that?
How did I measure it? I did.
I don't want to hear that you shot a laser at it either, or
Personally, I
anybody
didn't
did.
measure it.
Yeah, no, I don't want to hear anybody ever did.
Okay, do you think it's close to? How far do you think it is from the Earth?
It's pretty close.
But then, how come someone in Australia sees the exact same sized sun as someone in Europe, if it were pretty close?
Oh, because the sun moves.
Hello, everyone.
No, but regardless of the time of the day, whenever, if you look at the sun, to your eyes, it will appear the exact same size. If it were very
it doesn't.
close,
It
does. It does.
No.
If it were very close, the size would be noticeably different.
Yeah, I can't even look at it when it's overhead. When it's sunset, I can finally look at it.
So your way of proving something is by not looking at it.
Take a photo of it during the day when it's over.
Oh, so that's where you get ruined then. If you want to do photos, then we got to put filters on, and then you're going to see that it gets smaller. You see the pickle that you put yourself in?
Well, saying it's close also can't be possible. Because the sun, it would look a separate
Because
size
we would
if
burn.
you would-
Because we would burn up because we're on a ball. Is that why?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm giving a different reason.
Oh, okay.
Let me try to explain it to you. So when you
I'm
look at a
listening.
light, let's say you're right beneath a light in your room, and then you move to the other end of the house and look at that same light, the size of the light, it'll look smaller when you're
Yeah,
on
the
the
sun,
other
the
end of
sun
the house.
fade out. The sun fades out in both models. It gets smaller,
But
and it shouldn't
the
get smaller at
sun-
all in your model. Yeah, it
When you
does.
move 10,000 kilometers across the Earth, the sun's size doesn't change, which means it can't be close to the Earth, or you'd see a noticeable size difference.
You do see a noticeable size difference sometimes. It depends on the situations. Usually, atmosphere doesn't allow you to see far enough for you to see it get smaller.
What do you mean then? How can you see a plane get smaller in the air if the atmosphere doesn't allow
How
you?
far do you see planes anyway? Because I can only see about 3 to 5 miles usually. I can only really tell they're there if they're leaving a streak behind them.
Well, if the atmosphere blocks it out, then you also wouldn't be able to see a plane changing size as it flies overhead.
So how big should a plane look at? I don't know. How big should a plane look at 40
My
miles?
point is you can see the plane
40
change
miles. How big
size
should a
as it
plane look at
flies
40
away.
miles? So figure
You
it's
can
like a
see it
football
change
field
size.
long. Yes, figure it's a football field, roughly. How big should that look at 40 miles away? How
Well,
big
it
should a
gets
football
smaller as
field
it
look?
goes out into the horizon.
How big should a football field look from 40 miles away?
Smaller
It'll
than if you
appear
were
as a
right
tiny
next
dot.
to it.
So you won't be able to see it. It'll become invisible. So then it's there and not there at the same time.
No.
Oh,
Nothing.
that is good question.
It was a punchline.
Dude, even if the sun goes away 10,000 kilometers, the air is going to prevent you from seeing it at maybe 300-400 miles or whatever, 500, whatever it is, the distance. And it's not going to change that much in angular size at that distance, even though we do have videos where you can actually see some kind of change. So it does change size, but I think you're too close for that to matter. You can't see it at 10,000 kilometers away.
You can't see a noticeable size difference because it's far away.
Because it's too close to you, is my point. You know, air has a limit where sunlight can go through it, just like water. If you dive down 200 meters, it's going to be pitch black. Same thing with air, just a little further. You know, it even changes the color for you because of the, you know, it goes to red eventually, the last one on the color spectrum, right?
Yeah, but if
Don't
You
worry
said the
about the
300 miles
Don't
thing.
worry about
Hello,
the sun.
I have a
This
question,
is
guys.
flat
I have
Earth
a question.
discussion.
Hello, I have a question, guys.
Yeah, we'll get to you next.
Crap! Whoa!
Hello, why everyone is not speaking?
We'll get to you next.
Okay, I'll wait.
I thought there was an emergency for a second.